me tell you about a world by the name of Eldeveln, a land wrought by turmoil, conflict, and magic. Long ago, when the world first came into existence, there was Jormungandr, the world serpent, and his children. They lived peaceful lives, existing in the light of their world and taking the days as they came. But from a land beyond the stars, they arrived. 9 entities of unimaginable power who had called themselves gods. Upon their entrance unto the world, they declared war against the world serpent, creating children of their own to combat against the forces of the ocean. They fought as soldiers, devoted entirely to their creators, and fought back the denizens of the abyss to claim the lands for themselves. And among those children of the gods, one stood taller above all else as a paragon of power and virtue. The champion of the gods, they called him. Tarathiel. A mage of unbelievable power and repute, his force on the battlefield was like that of an angel of death. On the brink of Jormungandr's defeat, however, something changed. Tarathiel was corrupted. He had turned his blade on the gods and forsook their gifts. For his treason, Tarathiel was killed and sent to be tortured in the icy abyss of the 9th layer of hell for all eternity, his position replaced by others. Perhaps none other of the champion's replacements stood quite as tall as 4 warriors, whom had all ascended to the position simultaneously. They were given the name the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and donned the titles of what they had wrought on the field of battle. Led by the horsemen, the gods were victorious. They defeated Jormungandr and sealed him in the depths of the ocean forever, claiming Eldeveln for themselves. And in the post-war world, the children of the gods flourished. Thousands of years later, the gods are all but distant ideas to the minds of their children, subjects of worship and figures to be admired. Though thrumming in the depths of society's underbelly, discourse stirred. It was noticed first by our intrepid band of adventurers, who met at the turning of fate in the city of Pretoria, city of Ogma and home to the university. They uncovered a plot by one of the students, Terran. He meant to overthrow the Artoran, the board who owned and operated the school, and lay claim to the secret knowledge held there within. Terran, however, was not simply another Hellbred. After regaining his memory through oracular magic and a vision of the future, Terran had become again that of his old soul, the original champion of the gods, Tarathiel. Now fully understanding the reason for his return, Tarathiel was quick to start again his past charge, to oppose the gods in their tyrannical rule over the people of Eldeveln. All the while, the Church of Ogma moved in earnest, sending a detachment to the northern snowy environs of the duchy to hopefully find and resurrect the long-dormant horsemen of the apocalypse. Fate would then find our heroes in the crossroads of the world when they made their way to the north, at the behest of one amongst their rank, a warrior named Redwood. He was tasked years ago by his adoptive father, Duncan, to slay a Remoras he failed to kill years prior named One-Tooth, a vicious beast that was smarter, faster, and stronger than others of her kind. Upon returning to Duncan with her head, the plan to assimilate the powers of his city's founders, the 4 horsemen and champions of the gods, was put into motion. At this time, the Order Ogma arrived too, attempting to co-opt the horsemen's resurrection and ultimately succeeding. The horsemen were returned, but Duncan's attempt to take them for himself failed. With the 4 horsemen now returned to the flesh, Tarathiel made his first move against the gods. He took the horsemen aside and engaged all 4 in combat, ending in him taking the life of the first, Famine, before the remaining 3 disappeared. Duncan, whom was nearly mortally injured after the horsemen returned, would not die empty-handed. And so, he made a deal with a succubus of the abyss. He turned into a demon prince, unleashing a portal to the endless realm of demons, which forced our heroes to escape, leaving to warn the Duke of Avamer. Meanwhile, the horsemen, now reduced to 3, returned to the Order Agama, where the church would make their next move. Declaring themselves the Holy Agman Empire, the horsemen and the Order fought back against the Kingdom of Valen, bolstered by the horsemen's strength. With a war waged by the children of Agma in the south, and demons in the abyss threatening the order of the natural world in the north, Eldevel is poised at the edge, ripe for our group of heroes to step into the spotlight and pull the world from the brink of destruction. If they can.
I'm Lex, I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Tomotaro Maru. I am he, they, I'm 29. I am an Ellisborn, also known as Hellbred. I am a homebrewed scribe and scout multiclass. I have short silvered hair that cuts in a bob, covered head to toe in clothing and bandages, red eyes, no pupil, 2 little black horns, and I usually almost always wear a cat-like mask. As for my story, I have been reincarnated. I set out on a journey of self-discovery. I met Dakton, who is my relationship is complicated, but I took on an apprenticeship with Dakton's parents for about 10 years making books. I contracted lycanthropy. Then I ran away to college. I made some friends, and then I got kicked out of college, joined the circus. I got an airship, then met some dragons, then I killed a Remoraz and Dakton. I summoned a demon prince from the abyss, then I unleashed the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. I had a breakdown. I ran away with Tarathriel for about 2 months. I got rescued by the party Princess Styled. I had another breakdown, and now we're here. Fun facts about me. I am a terrible dancer. I am in fact not lactose intolerant, though I say I am. And despite my character color coding, I am not ace. I'm just awkward.
Hi, my name is Spencer. I go by he, they pronouns, and I play the character Cassiel, or Moog, Ghostworm. I use he, him pronouns, and I am a Dragonfire adept. I am 33 years old, a Hellbred or Ellisborn, and my home tongue. Most find me quite alarming to look at. A 6'6", slender figure with grayish pale skin and white tea streaks that come down my face. My hair was once long past my back, but now barely reaches my neck. In my past life, I was forsaken by the gods and left to be reborn to fix my mistakes. Mistakes, which were loving the wrong person in the eyes of the gods. I was Freinilith, Moog, and husband to the progenitor of the purple dragons, my wife Cecil. I recall this knowledge with our current party when we happened upon the Dragonfire Isle, and met with the dragons of old. Though there were once many of my children, now there are only 2. My sons, who lived after the betrayal of the green dragon Agranath, leading to most of the other deaths. And now, I keep an eye on my fellows and friends, and tend to be the group's cook on most days.
Hi, my name's Cameron. My pronouns are he, him. My character is Utgard Shieldwall, and his pronouns are he, him. I am 50 years old. I am a hillbred like Cass and Tomotaru. I have long salt and pepper hair, more salt than pepper now, and it is tied in a very long braid that goes down to about my lower back. I have a matching beard that is also braided. It has a metal decoration at the metal ring at the end. I am a crusader, and I have spent much of my life wandering these lands, helping whoever I can. But before that, I was a follower of Sylvanas. I did not help people. I just followed nature's will. And only after seeing the destruction of an earthquake town was when I discarded my god. And instead, after figuring out who I was and what I wanted, I started helping out whoever I can. That is when I also met my wife, Green. She's gone now, but she remains with me in her diary. I read it whenever I need a little pick-me-up, I suppose. I also have a ring that she made me. I have never been a good swimmer, so the ring allows me to float on the water instead of sinking.
My name is Cameron, and my pronouns are he, him. And my name is Nelson. My pronouns are he, him. I am 20. I am a Valian human. I am a mystic ranger. I have olive skin, medium length wavy hair, dark black hair, and I look rough. I was trained by Neris Loquarry to protect the leadership of Laelshai, which was my brother, who is dead now. Well, I thought he was dead for a long time. Then he was alive again. And that was taken from me as well. Some fun facts. I'm not a big on cheese. I love animals. And Tarathril can go die.
Hello everyone, my name is Jacob. I use he, him pronouns, and I play the character Octhus Rexo, he, they, she. I am 22 years old. I am a spell scale, which is essentially a half-dragon. Father was a dragon, mother wasn't, don't know anything about her. That doesn't matter. I stand at 5'2". I have very pale skin, white hair with a blue tinge to it. It's in a wolf cut. I have blue scales that speckle my skin, and I wear gold spectacles, round spectacles. I am a summoner, and I have my own little giant pet owl who's about 10 foot by 10 foot by 10 foot. His name is Fairduke. He's lovely. You'll love him. So before I met the party, I had a run-in with a hag who seemingly cursed me, not entirely sure. I worked on a sanctuary with my parents, my adopted parents, where we rescued and recuperated magical beings and made sure that they had a place to stay and be safe. Now that I'm with the party, we've been to college, we left college, then we were on the run for a bit, met some dragons, that was awesome, I got to meet some of my ancestors, and then we fought a demon prince, and the four horsemen of the apocalypse, and things kind of went sideways from there. Lost a few friends, very sad time, and now we are here, doing great. Some fun facts about me: I love cheese a lot. Love cheese. It's amazing. I always keep it on me. That's really it. It's cheese and summoning beasts. Yep.
Hello everyone, my name is Meredith. My pronouns are she, her, along with the character I play, Sweet Daisy, formerly known as Tezura. I'm a plump little ginger mouse girl, and I have perfectly pink ears, purple eyes, and a green streak over one eye due to my friend Ghana Guide. I love wearing beaded belts, buckles, all sorts of costume jewelry that I can get my little hands on. I wear big layered dresses and a little shoulder shawl, and the most delicious pumpkin a girl could ask for. It's perfect for any lady in need of a nibble on the go. As for me, I love traveling with my companions, my best friends, some of even I could call family at this point. But it wasn't always like that though. I was once a little orphan mouse who was taken in by my mentor Dolios to be trained as the royal court oracle of the pasture lands. Something I found out a bit later about him, though, he had his own motivations. He was a part of the Church of Shar, which, for those who don't know, it's the goddess of darkness, pride, night, and illusion, and wouldn't you know it, he seemed to think I was the Bright Queen, which is the mortal reincarnation of their goddess. Got very lonely very quickly, having the ground you walked worshipped. Somehow, I didn't make a single friend until Guide, my pen pal, back in Pretoria. In my loneliness and boredom, I liked to dip around, see what I could find in the strings of fate, and I just happened to have a peek at my own one day. I experienced my own death, which wasn't a good time, wasn't what I was aiming for. I had been slain at someone wielding the Dawnbringer, the symbol of my people, meant to only come out in times of great tragedy and turmoil. It's supposed to slay ancient evil, but that's my job. I'm the one supposed to be saving the kingdom, so you can imagine my panic, my surprise. Oh my goodness. So I let fear guide my actions at this point, and I, went to the royal court, and I explained the situation with just one tiny detail smidged. It wasn't me who was going to be beheaded, but my crown prince. I was offered any sort of materials, supplies, resources to go on a journey to try and change fate itself, and there was one person I had in mind. A tall, pale, and mysterious man who I had been occasionally dream-hopping into the mindscape of. My good friend and now bestest traveling companion, Cassiel. He had been imprisoned for a good long while in the castle dungeons, but no matter who I asked, no one seemed to have a good reason for me as to why. So, ever since then, we've been traveling and we've been inseparable. It's been so wonderful getting to go around, spreading joy, seeing what life has to offer. My one wish one day is that someday soon I'll get the chance to live life on my own terms. I am Sweet Daisy, and I intend to stay so for many years to come, despite what fate seems to have in store for me. I mean, if we can save the world, how hard can it be to save myself?
Where is Cameron going?
I'm here. I can hear.
Cameron, you need to be on the screen.
Yeah, I know, but I can hear.
Cameron.
Get your forehead dice on.
I wanted to get more
I'm working
things
on
that.
it.
Jesus Christ. Okay. We're getting into it, shall we? So,
I have just an actual
picking up
crate.
where we last left off, let's start with a recap, shall we?
I can't do this the whole time. I'm sorry. Hold on.
In the snowy environs of the duchy, they arrived. School peers turned friends and trusted comrades. The Munster Mash, as they had called themselves, arrived with one purpose in mind. To kill the Remoras tasked to Redwood by his father, Duncan, and return with its head to reclaim the erstwhile warriors. Luckily, the city they had been taken to thanks to the magnanimous aid of Captain Judd was under duress by the Remoras in question. Signestad had been blighted by the creature for years, with innumerable amounts of mercenaries and warriors traveling from all across the world to test their mettle against it. The only warrior to ever come as close to defeating it was Duncan, who cleaved the beast's face in half, giving it its current nickname, One Tooth. After speaking with the proprietor of the organization concerned with the hunting of One Tooth, the party arranged for passage to the dedicated hunting grounds for the Remoras. After spending a few days in preparation, gathering gear and setting up a trap for the beast to be captured, the party was ready for a fight. They weren't, however, prepared for what would happen the night prior to the hunt. While scouting the grounds, a full moon rose. Tomotaru, failing to stave off their transformation, fell to the ground below. Panicked, Oktha tried to get them back. However, they were being followed. Daktin, who had previously shown themselves before, fed Tomotaru wolf's bane, which allowed for Tomo to return back to the humanoid form. One Tooth, however, had noticed them and was there. Daktin ordered for Oktha to take Tomo away and transformed into their animal form and lured the beast away for Oktha and Tomotaru to escape safely. The hunt was had the following morning. The party slayed the creature, but afterwards came to terms with the loss of Dactyl, who had sacrificed himself for Tomotaru to live and was captured by One Tooth and used for bait during the hunt. The party mourned his loss and buried him in the woods. Heralded as heroes, the party was given an airship for their great deed. However, was found woefully unable to fly it. In turn, they took on an engineer pilot to aid them in their travels, a young boy named Hador. Eager to escape his life, he gladly signed on as the party's pilot and flew them to Lowry, hometown of Redwood, and their next destination. Upon returning to the city, however, things changed. Redwood was different. After speaking with his father, Duncan, he had almost seemed hollow. He had regressed in a way, becoming once again subservient to his father, who had congratulated his son, Tobias, for succeeding. Taking a vial of One Tooth's blood, he explained that the blood was needed to access the tomb of Lowry's founders. He was intent on retrieving whatever the power they had left behind it. In the process, Tobias was met with Maya, another adoptee of Duncan and a silent combatant. With some tension on the air for the founder's true nature, Duncan made his way to the tomb, ordering Tobias to follow him. The party, not wanting to leave their ally alone with Duncan, followed. The tomb was opened and a ritual of binding began, with the Church of Ogma arriving to take over the ritual and control whatever it was Duncan was after. Bloodshed had ensued. The ritual was finished. The founders, otherwise known as the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, were resurrected. In an attempt to gain control of them, Duncan attempted to dominate their will with the power he had gained from his demonic patron. He was, however, nearly killed for it. In this time, Tarathiel had appeared, having watched the entire altercation. He had allowed for the ritual to occur, for he had a score to settle with the horsemen. Teleporting out of the chamber with the horsemen to kill them, he ordered the party to finish off Duncan. Before they were able to, however, Duncan made one final deal with the demonic succubus. He gave up everything, including his humanity, for the power he had desired, the power he felt he was entitled to. He became a demon prince and unleashed a portal to the abyss on Lowry, with Tarathiel managing to only kill one of the horsemen, Famine, before the three remaining returned to the laps of the gods. Nearly escaping the city with the treacherous Maya, Calvin, Redwood's old mentor, and a third combatant who had arrived to help named Declan, the party escaped. They made their way to Onstead to tell the Duke of recent events. Tarathiel made an unexpected visit after Octha had seen a glimpse of their future via Sweet Daisy. There, a wedge was driven between him and the party as Tarathiel made his intentions clear. He would create a world with no need for gods, a world where the mortal were able to dictate the course of their futures for themselves. And in order to do so, he would destroy the world as it is, to rebuild it in his own image. The party declared they would oppose Tarathiel in his dream. Before leaving, however, Tarathiel turned to Tomo. He played to Tomo's vulnerability, to Dacton's death. He promised he would give Tomo everything they desired, so long as they joined him. Conflicted, Tomotaru asked Tarathiel to take them to hell, quicker, and stab themselves before they were teleported away with Tarathiel, the party a split second too slow to stop it. Resolving to save Tomo, the party stopped by Octha's home, both to take a minor breath after everything that had happened, and that Octha knew personally, potentially, someone who could help the party to the outer planes, where they had learned Tomo had been taken thanks to the digital mainframe. The hag, who seemingly was the source of Octha's mutated summons, sacrificed themselves to teleport the party. Plus, a crackpot necromancer named Whisper, to the Hells, where they had decided to look first. While in the Hells, they aided a group called the Sons of Palor in fighting off attacks by one of Zerial's commanders before taking the fight to the devil themselves and taking its gem, hopefully using it to traverse the river Styx down to the bottommost layer where they had thought Tomo to be. Along the way, they met and freed a sorceress named Caleria, who agreed to help the party if she was allowed to regain her powers. After doing so, Caleria helped the party locate Tomo's actual position in the plane of nature, Arborea. Teleporting the party there, they found the tower their ally was kept in. It was guarded by Tarathiel, however, who subjected the party to test and steel their resolve to free Tomo. After a brief fight with the shadows of their past, they fought a simulacrum of Tarathiel himself. In the conflict, Redwood, Thalmir, and Whisper were killed, though the party was victorious. The party freed Tomo, but at a heavy price. They buried Redwood and Thalmir together and returned to the sanctuary to lick their wounds, making new acquaintances of Utgard, a voice of nature, and Nilsen, Thalmir's younger brother. With a war to end and a portal to the abyss to close, the party prepared themselves for another leg of their adventure and began traveling towards Keimhurst, the capital of Valen, a nation at war with the Church of Ogma and the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Wow.
Woo! Are you okay, Mayor? I watched the little plants fall and then your headset snap against your head. Are you okay?
So,
Also,
Guys,
Lex, there was so many dice on your head.
I got 20.
Oh my
I kept
god.
glancing over at the screen while I was reading the recap, and every time I looked over, there was more dice.
Yeah.
I got 20. That's almost all of my different D4s.
Nice.
I have I think 2 more that I didn't use.
Let's get into it, shall we?
We gotta do intros.
Do we?
Do we?
You can record those separately.
Are we gonna do
Oh.
this ourselves?
Okay. What?
You can record those separately. Yeah.
I. Cool.
My name is Walter Hartwell White. I live at 400 of whatever it is.
Royal Lane. So, after a few days of travel, day and night, made in a tense, almost anticipatory manner, you all make your way south, back into the territory of the Kingdom of Valen, making your way to Keimhurst, the capital of the kingdom, where you would meet up with Bridget and the others to begin formulating a plan to take the fight to the Holy Empire of Ogma. It is a brisk morning when you see the city ahead. It has gotten further into the throes of autumn, so the mornings are bright, very cold. What's up then?
Is Fair Doom back to full health?
Yes, everybody is back to full health
Okay.
over the course of the trip. And as you continue making your way to the city, you can see it is a wide, sprawling metropolis. Metropolis. You can see the buildings are built tall. The density is very, very tight. Most of the buildings here are 2 to 3 stories tall. A few of them taller, even, made of this very beautiful stonework. Very nice architecture with a lot of arching ways, splintering pathways. Looking over it, it seems almost like a splintering spider web that all surrounds the central castle where the king of Valen resides, and where your friend Bridget and the rest of the Oath of the Six are. However, the ship itself goes to dock at a specific airship port. It's close to where the deep water port is, so Sea ships do come in from the river and dock at the deep river ports. And besides it, airships come and dock at the airship ports. And unlike the airship port at Onstead, where it was just a large octagonal tower with a bunch of different ports for the airships, this is a more massive and widespread building with a bunch of different wings and a bunch of different ports at ground level. The ship is navigated in between some taller buildings until it ports at one of the empty docks. And as the engines kind of cool down, you all gather at the top of the deck and begin to prepare to make your way into the city proper. You all are stopped by a guard first, who stands kind of on the gangplank, almost. You can see he is wearing a very nice set of full plate armor, a cloak behind him. He has a sword at his side, a shield on his back, and a heavy crossbow kind of slung around his neck. He steps forward. He is blocking the way into like the airship dock proper, but he doesn't step onto the ship. And he says, "Oh, welcome to Valen. I assume you're looking to get inside the city?"
I'll walk forward. Yes, we are.
Very good. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to subject you to some customs, if it will. Just a bit of formality.
Actually, if you could just call Bridget over.
I mean, customs shouldn't be a problem.
I guess that's true.
I also don't know who that is. But okay.
That's a person I don't know.
Okay, well.
And while you are inside, we are going to ask that you surrender any and all weapons for the time being. Once you are let out into the city proper, you will be reunited with them, so don't worry.
Of course.
Kyle, would I know if our bounty would be known here?
Your bounty was with the church, so it probably wouldn't be upheld here.
I feel like it would be the opposite.
It wouldn't be.
Yeah.
They'd probably be like, "Oh, you don't like the church? Fuck yeah."
Hell yeah. The only one who might have trouble is me.
Nolson?
A few other guards kind of
Yeah.
move in to
Diplomat of Lailshire.
Yeah.
and hold out their hands, waiting for you to surrender your weapons.
I'm gonna take out my stick of a rapier and hand it over. I'm gonna put
There
it
is
through
like
TSA.
There's like a strict moment where Cass is like, "I don't have any weapons. Shit, I have a rapier now."
Yeah, I got that in the will.
Yeah, I do have.
It's like there's like this whole second where he's like, "Oh fuck."
I'll give him my longsword.
I do have a quick question for the party. Because so much time has passed, what would the party have done with the belt of giant strength?
Oh, true.
It would have gone to whoever would be able to use it most.
If-
And
So,
Honestly, if I could use it, because then I could use the sword and the lance that I was given.
you
But
would be able
also, Utgard could get
Also,
more
Utgard. Yeah.
but also
God,
I feel like it might be a good idea to give it to Utgar.
Yeah.
it could pass from one Cameron to the same
To the
I
same
Cameron.
do. I have a weird suggestion, and it would only make sense if you looked into how to make an archer. It might work on Nolson.
It might work on Nolson.
One Cameron to a different.
I don't know,
Cameron?
guys. Do rollies.
Rollies.
Fight over
the
it. Fight
three
over
of
your
us?
own supplies.
The roll off. Do we
Could I-
roll off?
Could I also roll?
I got
Yeah, whoever
20.
wants it, roll
You
off.
got a nat 20? I got a 4.
I got a 13. There you go, guard.
Come on, Cam. Let's go.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
Can hands his own belt off to himself.
It's like the
Go
meme of,
off,
like,
King.
Yeah, with the medal.
giving himself a medal. But yeah, they're holding out their weapons or their hands for the weapons.
They're holding out their weapons for the hands.
Yeah.
Goddamn right they are.
Gimmies.
They just start cutting off
I
hands.
have a question. The answer is most likely yes.
You cannot hide a longbow.
I have a bag of holding, but that wasn't my question. That was not what I was gonna do anyway. But my question is, obviously, like I said, the obvious answer is yes. But it's normal for them to you hand off weapons at customs.
Yes.
Okay, I know the answer is yes, but I'm just a little sus.
It's very normal.
I know it is. I know it is.
We're not bringing fireworks through TSA.
I will reluctantly unsling the bow off of my shoulder and hand it over.
Tomo
When
will,
Utgard is
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
when Utgard is handing over his glaive, he's just like, I do expect to get this back. If I do not, I will come for you. I know your face.
Oh, right. I
Sorry.
forgot. I hand him my
Yeah,
lance
we'll
as well.
return it to you. Your lance too. Oh, a lance here.
I forgot I had this.
Okay, then I will also pull a short bow. Did I get the flaming longbow from Thalmir?
I
was it
mean,
in your
Probably.
will?
yeah, probably.
It was not in the will because I didn't own it at the time.
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
None of
Alright,
us can use bows, so.
Well,
Yeah, so
I
it's
can.
like-
Hold on.
Oh,
I can.
okay.
But
My
it has
bad.
to be a short
My
bow. And the
bad.
flaming, it's a long bow.
Oh yeah, no, it's a longbow.
Can't use that.
I'll hand a flaming longbow, a short bow, and my thing that if you take away from me, Kyle, I will cry.
Okay. You got it.
No,
Um,
no! I spent fucking 30k on it.
On what?
What?
On the bow.
On the longbow?
The longbow's a 30k
Oh
gold.
my
item.
god.
Yeah. Tomo will hand over Bane sickle, 2 silver daggers, an iron punch dagger, and after like kind of as they're like taking him out, maybe catching a glint of a signet ring we got from
The Duke.
the
Duke.
north. Duchy do
Dutch.
do. My brain,
Yeah,
sorry. From up there. It's like as a little sign. I'm not charismatic, so it might just be like, do you steal that? I don't know.
They look at it and they're like, all right.
I don't know. Maybe they're not current on world affairs.
Anyway, what was that?
Could I have casted like 40 spells on myself this morning, by the way?
What kind of spells?
Primal speed, primal senses, primal instinct. They all last 24 hours. I just need to cast them in the morning.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
You can see the guard kind of glances over each and every one of you and says, all right, follow me. And he turns over and leads you inside of the building and takes you off into like this smaller kind of like off set off room you can see once you step inside of the building. It's almost like a long hallway, very moderately decorated. What, Tomo?
Does Hadolin have to give his zap gun
Or is
Oh,
if
Hayden?
he's not coming off the boat?
He's not getting off the ship.
So
He stayed home.
cool. Just I was wondering if they were gonna take his gun away from him.
He's just
Don't-
trained
don't
on the
take
guards.
A child's gun while he's feeling down.
Don't do that to him.
No,
Fucking
just don't
hell.
do it to
He's not
him.
getting off the ship. It's just D6.
Cool.
But yeah, it's a long, very moderately decorated room. You can see down the hall seems to be an exit out into the city proper. But you are taken into this side room. There are windows on the exterior, but their shutters kind of closed out, so it's a bit more of a private room. Once you step inside, you can see it's a very dull, almost office room where there's a kind of desk on the far end, opposite side of the room when you enter in. A door behind that, there's a man kind of sitting behind it. He's also wearing armor. It's not full plate, it's more like he's wearing like a half plate breastplate, and the rest are kind of like padded. Maybe he has gauntlets on. He does have a sword at his side. Very nice, kind of like slicked back hair. The guard kind of says, Got some new people going through customs. Only take a moment. Okay. Closes the door. There are chairs lining all the walls. And he kind of says, "All right, if you guys could take a seat one by one, step up. I'm just gonna have to ask you all a few questions, if you don't mind. Who's first?"
I can go first.
Excellent. And you can see he kind of shuffles through some papers and grabs a pen. All right. This shouldn't take too long. First question, your full name?
Sweet Daisy.
Okay. Primary country of residence?
The pasture lands.
And occupation?
I'm a healer. I dabble it a little bit. I don't have my doctorate or anything like that, but I sort of wandering mercenary type thing.
Self-employed. All right. Good. Sit down. Next person.
Hell yeah.
I can go.
I mean, we are self-employed.
Yeah, we are.
I'm offended.
All right.
I mean, you should be.
Full name?
I agree with it.
My name is Octa Strekshow, and I point to Fairdoon. I go, he's Fairdoon.
And you can see
He's
kinda,
fully
like,
just
flashing
looming
up.
over me.
Does he have residency?
With me, yeah.
Is he a pet?
Like a companion?
Well, I'm putting it together.
Okay.
Primary country of residence
The Crashy Republic?
and occupation.
Is naturalist an occupation? I don't know what to call it. Animal saver?
Conservationalist.
Conservationalist, yeah.
Or you could just say you work at the sanctuary.
Right. But I don't know what my title is at the sanctuary.
Farmhand. All right, now.
I mean, yeah. Alright.
I will go next.
All right.
I am Utgard
Okay.
Shieldwall.
Alright. Country of residence?
Krejci Republic.
And occupation.
Voice of Nature.
What is that?
You could put him down as farmhand.
More than that, but also yes.
Yeah.
Alright, sit down. Who's next?
I'll walk up.
Full name?
Hasiel Mogoswim. That is spelt. And I give him the spelling.
The absurd spelling.
Hey.
He doesn't assume anything. He waits for you to spell out the next letter.
The fact
Yeah.
that there's an F in there always fucks with me.
Yeah.
And it starts with a Q.
Yeah.
I think the minute he says Q, it's like, alright, I don't know where this is going.
Alright. Country of residence?
In Gunham,
Occupation.
self-employed.
Alright, next.
Tomo will step up.
Alright, full name?
Tomotaru Maru.
Country of residence?
Crilantharin. It's in. Oh boy, I can't say these words. Grintham. Gritham.
Oh, the Kingdom of Gritham.
Lex doesn't know how to say it.
Oh, okay.
Gritham. Yeah, that's Lex. I don't. Tomo knows.
Occupation.
Bookmaker.
Goes down. Right. Last one.
Alright, Nolson Freewater.
Country of residence?
Valefell? Gosh. Damn.
Home? Occupation.
Duke to be. Don't know. I don't know what other occupation that'd be.
What was it?
He said
Unemployed.
Honey, you said unemployed.
Nice.
You're damn lucky that you're technically right.
All right. Kinda gets all your papers together. Kinda knocks on the door behind. Another guard kind of opens, holds out his hand, stack of paper in there for the guard. Closes the door. All right. I'll take a little bit. If you can sit down, wait a little bit, and we'll get you on your way.
All right.
Puts out some of the papers and starts writing in on them.
Where are we again? Sorry.
Kymhurst.
Kymhurst, okay.
Kingdom of
The
Elfell.
capital of the Kingdom of Vale.
I look at Sweet Daisy and I'm like, have you sent Bridget yet?
Not yet, but I can. Do you want to count me off?
Words.
Hello, Heartbreaker. We've arrived at the city. Currently held up by customs, but they have lovely cucumber water here. Not sure where you want to meet us, but we're at your
That's it.
disposal.
Where you want to meet.
Where you want me?
You up?
Where you want to meet you up?
After a few moments, you hear, "Come to the palace once you're done." And that's all I get.
Okay.
Nice.
Do you think the
Heartbreaker.
She said she missed us.
I don't know
And-
who. Oh,
And to meet us at the palace. Do you remember that halfling woman
Yes.
that barged in? to
yes,
the
yes.
boat?
She does not miss you, right? She doesn't miss any of you.
Oh, she misses
Oh no,
us.
she
No,
definitely
she-
does. She's just, I don't know how to explain it. There's no differentiating when you see her, but after a while you kind of figure it out.
All right. Do you think it's going to be trouble with the king? That I'm from Lailshai?
We'll
If you explain
find-
yourself, no.
We'll find
I
out.
also don't think that they believe you.
Why
That
would,
is true.
True.
why wouldn't they believe? I assume I have a signet ring.
Well, they
Because
marked
when
you
you told
guys
him that you were a
unemployed.
duke to be, he wrote down unemployed.
And I mean, it's accurate. You technically don't have a job at that point.
Well, that's why you just say. I mean, we technically have a job, but you're right.
When you're walking around on a farm, Nolson, you expect, when you hear hooves, you expect horses. You don't start looking for a zebra.
What's a zebra?
I mean, zebras have hooves.
Being from a place
Oh
I
no,
don't
that's
like
right.
is
You're
the
hearing the hooves, but you look around and like, oh, where's this hoofed animal? A zebra? Wow, you don't see that every day. You expect it to be a horse.
Kyle, I have a quick question for you. Did they take my tower shield as well, or is it still with me?
They just took the bladed weapons, or like the weapon.
I feel like
Your
that's a
shield is
mistake.
still
A tower shield could be used as a bludgeoning tool. I'm just saying.
It actually can't. It's the only shield that cannot be used in Shield Bash. Learned that from Lex.
Well, I wasn't saying like shield bash. I'm saying in reality.
Fuck,
That shit
You're
bludgeons.
fuck,
not threatened by a tower shield.
fuck bashing
Yeah, it's
someone
the
with it. I'm
least-
just gonna push it on
Yeah.
top of them.
Like this throw
Yeah. Good.
domino.
It's not shield, this is sled.
Yeah.
My knees get weak.
It's maybe about 5.
My
10
arms
minutes.
get heavy.
The guard who held the papers before kind of opens back out the door, places the papers down, kind of leans down and whispers something into the person's ear who wrote down all of the information, kind of nods up, stands up, kind of shuffles through the papers, looks up. Mr. Nolson, could you step forward, please?
All right. Yes. Hi.
If you could follow my compatriot here, there's just a few more questions that I'd like to ask you.
All right. I feel like I should have expected this. Okay, I'll walk forward.
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Guard-
I mean,
the
honestly,
guard
yeah.
beside the other guard kind of leads you into the back room. You can see that this is more of like a barracks almost. There are beds kind of lining here. There are a bunch of racks with weapons and spaces where weapons are to be. You can see there are some guards who are kind of off duty. some of their armor is kind of like half undone, where holding mugs of something. And they're drinking and talking. A few of them kind of glance at you as you walk past. But in the very back of this kind of set of rooms, you can see there are two rooms that seem to be more almost ensealed. It's not like a prison almost. It's more like an interrogation room. Kind of step beside one that's open. There's a table in the middle, 2 chairs on opposite sides. The glass window that looks out into it is a mirror on the inside. It says, if you could go ahead and take a seat, we'll have a detective with you right back.
A detective? All right.
You're gonna have to answer a few questions, and then you can be on your way.
All right. And I'll sit at the table, kind of just shake. My legs start shaking as I sit down, kind of just waiting.
The bouncy
Cross-
legs.
Behind, and you can
Cross
hear
arms.
locks it. So you walked in. The rest of you can see after Nelson disappeared into the back room, says, "Alright, you can go ahead and wait for him to be out, or I can go ahead and give you your visas and we can be on your way."
We're waiting.
We're gonna wait
right?
for him. Yeah, we're gonna wait for him.
Alright, well, I can give you your visas now, and you can just go ahead and wait. It shouldn't take too long, depending on the types of questions.
Can I ask why he got pulled aside? None of us did.
I am not at liberty to say.
All
I can
right.
explain it to you if he gets out.
If
You can see with the visas, you can see he places stamps on each of them and hands them out to each of you. It is a very thin pink paper slip. Has a bunch of just bureaucratic red tape over it. It's you can look over it and read it, but essentially it's just like, you have access to the city, and not so many words.
I also got a hall pass, you guys.
But there is one paper left unstamped, which is missing. And he kind of like ducks that out safely, sits down, continues his walk.
While I'm in the interrogation room, can I just like look around to see if there is, if I need to, if there's an escape route, and I doubt it.
You glance around. Make a spot check if you want.
Hell yeah! I just wanted to make a spot check, to be honest with you. I have such a high bonus now. I'm cast level for spot.
it's a pretty bold
Rise
claim.
40.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a
right.
pretty
I-
bold claim.
No, it's not a
Oh my
bold game.
God.
I get a. My bonus is a plus 20.
Mine's a 22, so almost.
So I-
Good there.
I got a 32.
32. You look around. If you needed to, you could not escape. The only thing that you see via escape is the like one-way mirror window. You assume that if enough force was placed onto the window, you would be able to escape out. But then again, there would be dozens of guards on the other side, so you have no idea how good that escape route is. And that door that you saw on the inside, it closed off to just a wall. So on
Oh,
And
the outside, it's like a door, but on the inside, it just becomes part of the wall.
And there's a
Oh.
little itty bitty vent for oxygen, so you don't suffocate in there.
no, there is none. You
There are
suffocate.
magic runes that
Magical runes.
that artificially create oxygen inside the room.
There you go.
So there are no external vents for oxygen either.
Okay.
Good. Good.
But as you are looking around, you hear someone speak behind your back. He says, "Boy, you've got quite some, shall we say, balls coming here."
Jesus.
And he walks around side the table and sits down and kind of puts his feet up on the table. He doesn't look like a guard. You can see the armor that he's wearing is more leather with kind of like fur-lined, a cloak wrapped around himself that's kind of like placed heavily around him. Daggers kind of lining his chest. And he goes, "Oh no, don't worry. I'm not a guard. I'm just here to talk with you."
You're the detective?
I'm not.
Does the guard... Who? What?
Shh. If they ask, I wasn't here.
Okay.
My name is Ericus. Nice to meet you.
Ericus.
You are quite the person. And, word spreads fast, too, Already, people in the streets are talking about how the missing heir to the free waters has just arrived in the capital. Doesn't take long for these things,
How in the world is this already on the streets? I've been here for, 5 minutes?
I'm Hurst. Lots of things happen without you intending them to. But I'm here because I suppose I should just say that I'm feeling a bit generous to say that you are dangerous. Not dangerous physically, but dangerous politically, and that's the only thing that matters in these parts, if you know, so.
I guess I
You're
am.
a good boy and you answer the detective's questions, they will let you out into the street. But once you are, make sure you keep your eye on your back, because there's quite a few people who don't want to kill you necessarily, they just want to extort you back to your family, if you understand.
That does not shock me in the slightest.
But it's your lucky day, because I'm here. I can help you.
Yeah.
I can be eyes on the street, make sure nobody has any funny ideas about kidnapping you, placing a sack over your head, stabbing you a few times in the kidney.
What's the catch?
What's the catch? There is a catch.
Yeah, of course there's a catch.
Just in the same way some people would like to use you to extort you back for a lot of money, I have some, shall we say, holdups about your family, your parents. So, if you, decide that maybe ruling is something that is a boot that you like to put on your feet, there are some things that I can offer you for exchange for a little political favor.
Interesting. What kind of political favor are we talking about here?
Oh, that will come with time. For now, I will explain what you will get. If that's okay with you.
Go ahead.
I run a very, very tight ship. I'm not a sailor, mind you. Imagine that. No. I have eyes. I have eyes and ears everywhere. Network of spies, if you think about it.
Oh.
You could use information from across the world. Ideas. Assassins, even, if that's your prerogative. I'm not going to force anything on you, but if you so desire it.
And all this just for political favor? Political favor's powerful, but there's got to be something more in it for you. I mean, you appeared out of here, this place with... I don't know how you got in here. And you're in here.
And it's better that you don't know. Let's just say the city that you find yourself in a very politically advantageous position is affectionately referred to the seat of the East.
Seat of the East.
Not only is it the most influential city out there in the Eastern Plainlands, it is also the first major city in which traders from the East have to pass into. And you know what happens when traders pass through towns. Information, knowledge, connections. If I could go ahead and run my little operation out of the city and potentially offer you some benefits of that as well within the city without any problems, like your father likes to give me.
Oh, I see.
Then we'd be right mates, wouldn't we?
Yeah. Old dad's a bastard anyway. fuck it, sure.
He holds out his
Ericus,
hand.
I hope I don't learn to regret this. And I'm
No,
gonna hold up.
you won't. And
I
once
hold
you
out my
grab his
hand.
hand. He puts his other hand over your hand and kind of shakes firmly. Stands up. All right, I'll work my magic. You won't see hide nor hair of any assassins or would-be thugs that want to come after your ever so blue blood. And in time, I'll make myself known to you.
Well, thank you.
For the time being, be a good boy and answer the questions. And he puts his finger up to his mouth and vanishes in a cloud of smoke.
I hope I didn't make a deal with the devil.
You
After a while,
definitely did.
you can
There's a
see
good chance.
the door opens and you can see now a more standard looking guard. This time he is wearing a nice kind of almost like a suit. He's wearing like a scarf and is nice, cleanly shaven, long hair. Steps inside. There's a few guards on the outside. They close the door and says, "Hello, Nilsson Freewater.
Yes. Nice
It's a
to
pleasure to meet you."
meet you.
And goes to shake your hand and is standing on the other side of the table.
He'll shake back.
Now, don't worry. This is all just a bit of a formality. Just the Free Waters are known to be very treacherous and currently in outright rebellion to the crown.
Yeah. Part of the reason I'm here, actually.
Yes. All in due time. We will get to that. So I just have a few questions to ask you about your association with your parents and your intentions in the city.
Of course.
Sorry, I am being rude. My name is Detective Walter. It's nice to meet
Walter.
you.
Very nice to meet you, Detective.
So, I suppose my first question has to do with the fact that over the past few weeks, month maybe, you've been reported missing by your parents.
That
Care to
is
explain anything about that?
that is correct. I was looking for someone who I thought was long gone, and my parents decided to keep it from me.
Could you be a bit more, explain a bit more details, please?
Okay. My brother died, or I thought died. They lied to me. I found out he was alive, so I started looking for him.
All right, and what led you to believe that he was alive?
He gave me a letter.
Could I ask what the letter said?
Oh God. I will relay the best of Nolson's ability on what it is. He would definitely know it by heart. Cameron does not remember it.
Okay, yeah. You explain what the letter says.
It's like something watch over you, something other
You can
other
say
things.
you can tell he's writing down the letter as you're saying it. All right. So you left your parents to go find your brother, who you thought was dead, but gave you a letter to let you know that he was alive. Why didn't you tell your parents that you were leaving?
I think if you know anything about the Free Waters, which you might not, my dad's a rat bastard.
All right.
And he wouldn't have approved of me leaving anyway, looking for my brother. So, I did, I think, the only thing reasonable in my eyes, and left.
All right. It does help that you have primary residence within the country, but at the moment, your hometown right now has been, shall we say, excommunicated from the kingdom currently. So we're in a bit of a legal gray area.
Yeah.
There are a few things that we can do by law, that can at least temporarily tie your residency here in Keimhurst. But there are a few things we do need to get down in writing just to ensure that you don't have any revolutionary ideas like your parents.
Understood. Yeah.
It's just a bit of fine print, but I am going to need you to sign. You can read if you want. I can explain anything if you so wish. And he kind of puts down a very short stack of paper, slides a pen over to you, kind of folds his hands.
I'll read it.
Okay.
It has lingo, lawyer lingo, I imagine.
Make a straight intelligence check to try and decipher it, or decipher script.
That's way better. Because I thought I did. Nope, different character. Fuck.
Okay, so straight intelligence check to try and figure out what it's trying to get you to sign.
This is a contract saying they're allowed to use your head as a wall decoration.
14.
14. Okay. You get the most of it. There's a bunch of lingo that you don't fully grasp, but using context clues with the bulk of it, you kind of gather that it is a signed, almost legally binding agreement that you denounce the political beliefs and stances of your family, the Free Waters, your own beliefs of current world politics are your own and are not influenced by your family at all, and questioning such, you will be consistent with what is herein signed. It is basically that kind of an agreement, basically ensuring that you're able to both politically stand up, that you are not here to cause drama or to blow up the city in the name of the empire, both that you can write it down in paper and say it out loud as well, basically being consistent with your beliefs. That's the most that you get at it. It's very flowery, it's very confusing, it kind of reiterates a lot of things, but that's the gist of it.
I feel like when he grew up, he saw some documents like this shit, and he's like, okay, yeah, this basic lingo, and he signs it.
All right.
Yeah.
Good to see that is very easy for you. Now, for the question of residency, we can go ahead and give you a small residency inside the King's Palace, if that is something that you wish. Mostly as a formality. In actuality, it will be closer akin to a broom closet, but it will be yours, and legally, it will be your place of residence, just so we can get you in and out of the country easier.
Sure. Why not?
All right, and kind of
always wanted to live with a king.
Flips open and kind of puts the papers down for that. It's a much shorter stack, but there are more blanks to sign for that one. Puts the pen down.
All right, so he'll sign the documents, blah blah blah. Look, basically, he'll look over everything, and if anything looks suspicious, he'll ask him. Oh god, another one.
Wow, a homeowner.
2. I know nothing.
Yeah, this one is less, because this one reads more like a house ownership document, and you are not familiar with that. More so than you are the other kinds of documents.
Yeah, this one's a little more confusing than the other one, but I'll sign it.
Alright, all you need to know is that you sign on the blank lines.
Hell yeah, I'll sign on the blank line.
Alright. After signing, he kind of takes them, flips through, makes sure you sign all the lines, nods, double checks the back stack. Alright. Well, nice and painless. Thank you. I'm gonna go put these through, and once we're done, we can let you out of this room and you can be on your way. So, sit tight.
Sounds good to me.
Picks up a stack of paper, walks up, knocks on the door opens. Detective steps out, the door closes. While this is happening, is there anything the rest of you would like to be doing while you wait?
Do you think they're gonna kill him? Should we be worried?
No, they're not going to.
I mean, they might.
I mean,
They could.
I'm not hearing any. I'm not
If
hearing
we
any
see him come
screams.
back out in chains, then we'll do something about it.
I don't think that they would kill him, but always possibility.
I will say, because we're all like sitting on almost like a bench, right?
Not benches, they're like individual
Like
seats
chairs.
next to each other.
I think I'm sitting in the
It's
one.
like,
Oh.
Yeah, it's like sitting in a waiting room for like an AutoZone or something.
Okay.
like that.
Air?
Office.
I'm probably.
I was
I'm
thinking
sitting.
principal's office.
I'm sitting just next to Tomo, and probably like, leaning in the chair a little bit towards them.
Utgard is sitting in a chair, and he just has like a old diary out, and it's a leather-bound journal. It looks like it's been used for a long time, and he's like in the back pages of it, just like writing.
So just like what Cass had.
I thought you were gonna say you have like one of those Time magazines
Pull it out.
like 2 decades ago.
Oh no way! Brad Pitt got married to Angelina Jolie.
Oh, recent news, everyone.
Guys, did you know
everyone.
Good news, everyone.
Good news, everyone. I can't do it, Professor. Fuck.
Good news, everyone.
I think Tomo is like definitely not like has to like scooted their chair closer, not leaning, but definitely like meeting. I don't know. Still just a low key, but they're very like hyper listening, trying to like keep like ears on Nilsson because it'd be real bad for his conscience if 2 brothers died, man.
Yeah. How's the scar?
Shh, we don't talk about that. No one knows about that. No one hasn't told anyone.
Yeah.
What?
I just think it's funny.
What scar?
It was the unofficial anime movie.
The unofficial.
No,
No, it was very official.
The dub's not out yet, guys. Don't
The
worry.
unofficial anime movie ended with someone dying.
It was the
It's the
full
end
episode
credits.
that wasn't translated into English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It never got a U.S. market release.
But after a while, Nilsson, you can see the door opens up. The detective stands in the doorway and says, "All right, everything's been ratified, signed in. You're now a resident of Keimhurst. I'm going to show you out."
Hey. Thank you, detective. And he stretches. Oh, that is not a comfortable chair, by the way.
Oh, it's not meant to be.
Yep, yeah, interrogation room makes sense. And he starts walking.
You can put some little tacks on it if you really want to make it uncomfortable.
But he leads you back out into that waiting room. The rest of you see the door behind the person behind the desk opens up, and somebody else you haven't seen, the detective, steps outside, looks over to the person by the desk, and says, "All right, he's good." And the door closes. "All right." He stamps your visa, and hands it to you.
He grabs it. He'll fix his hair and go back to the party. His hair was a little messy.
Right. You're all free to enter the city proper. Enjoy your time in Keimhurst.
Wait, where do we get our weapons again?
They should be waiting outside the office for you right now.
Okay.
Thank you kindly.
Yep. Have a good day. And once you step outside of that small kind of waiting room, you can see the guards are there holding your weapons and says, "Everything all good? Assuming you're not coming out of chains." Looks like it. Alright. And the guards walk over and are holding out your weapons for you. You can tell they were just like holding it in their arms the entire time.
Is it the same guy?
Okay, I got my lance
It is
on.
the same guy.
I
You
am
can
so
tell
sorry
there's,
you had
like-
to just hold those.
You can tell that there is a guard and a few others per dock. You can tell.
Are you not allowed to set those down?
There's a lot. I don't
Yeah.
know how long or short you guys are going to be in there. So.
Oh,
Well,
sorry.
thank you. And yeah,
Thank
sorry.
you.
Don't worry
Yeah.
about it. Take your weapons.
Do you want a gold, or is that considered a bribe?
That is technically considered bribing a government official.
All right.
Well,
Well, then
we-
I
Thank
want
you,
you. I had to ask because I wasn't trying to solicit a bribe either.
I do appreciate the thought, but I cannot legally accept gold from you.
So I am technically I am a diplomat. Could I give you money out of diplomatic favor?
I don't
Make a diplomacy check.
Why are
Fuck,
we
I'm bad
giving
at
this
that.
man money?
I'm bad at that.
Because we felt bad. He's been
That's
holding
a
our
lo-
weapons this whole time.
Toma did not.
9.
9? He's like, no, but thank you for the thought.
I love
You can
the
take your
fact.
weapons and
Our-
leave.
I love the fact that you're a diplomat that's bad at diplomacy.
Well, he was never supposed to be the heir. He was,
Right.
Are you able to deliver a message back to our ship hand, Captain?
Certainly, you can deliver it yourself if you wish.
Oh, we can go back and forth at.
I think we can.
That's
Fine.
what, that's what the
No.
visas are for, Toma.
Oh,
Your pass at a carnival. You know, you go in and out. Sometimes you need access to a bit of coin.
A ye old ATM.
You need some more.
The old ATM.
Did you need to go back and tell Hadelin something?
I was just going to give him something to do that he might like.
What-
We'd never know how long we're going to be gone for.
I mean, I could send him a message.
Or Fairdoon could also deliver the
Oh,
message.
or
too.
Fairdoon could, yeah.
All right.
The only person
Nobody
that's
look,
going
please.
to get
This
to
is
have
really awkward to deliver.
Cass is gonna awkwardly turn his
Turn around.
facing the other direction.
Cass
like,
is just awkwardly like, I don't want to be here.
I'm going to go into the city now.
All
Yeah,
right.
unless I'm also.
yes.
we can have Fairdoon deliver the message at some point. He has his own visa now, so.
Ugard is walking away.
Hey, Utgard, and I put a hand around your shoulder. Hey, buddy.
What? What is it, though?
Can you do me a favor?
What is the favor?
Look for political assassins for me.
What the fuck?
What kind of drugs did they feed you in there, Nolson?
You're not whispering this, right? Like,
no,
we
I'm
can all hear
absolutely
you.
no, I'm absolutely whispering this.
Okay.
Ugard is looking at you, and he's going to sense motive.
Okay. I guess I'll roll what I'll roll.
It's an 11.
I rolled a 2, which becomes a 1.
Mm.
I'm being super genuine. Pseudo genuine,
Okay.
like somewhat silly about it. I would say genuine in the sense of like, hey, it might happen, but I'm fine probably.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm fine,
Okay.
probably, maybe.
Look, just walk in front of me, okay?
Don't you be behind
What?
you? Wouldn't you mean behind you so you protect me?
Well, I can't see your back if I'm in front of you.
Oh, good point. Didn't even think
You
about
said
that.
to watch your back, and I will watch your back.
Oh, you know what? Thank you, Utgard.
I'm just picture Utgard walking through the city completely head down, staring at Nolson's back.
It's like, I
No
didn't
one's
see the man
stabbing it.
stabbing you in the front.
Yeah. And I think as we like start getting away from the actual customs office, I will say thanks. I appreciate it. I wouldn't like an assassin killing me, and I will not whisper that part.
What?
The
What?
actual fuck?
Why are you saying that while we're in like a little detention area?
No, I said after we would have left.
Oh.
I would have
This is
said
like
that.
the main airship dock area where people are coming to.
I would not have said that in there.
We
I
are
don't
gonna
think-
loop back to that later.
I don't think an assassin. Oh my god, I just lost his voice completely. Holy shit. I don't think
It
an
happens.
assassin will kill you, but I guess I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, kill, kidnap me, extort me back to my parents. You know, same thing.
Okay, wait. I am very. Am I giving Fairdoon a letter or a message to give to Hadelin, or is that just later thing?
I'm not sure. I was told not to look at Tomo, so
Lex was just waiting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. Tomo is going to just like look at Fairdoon and grab them by their very odd owl face.
They're like bent all the way down.
Their owl
like
face.
like Hootie from Owl House. Just like please tell Hadolin to go into my room under my bed. There are a lot of dragon scales, and if he so chooses, he can attempt to affix them to the ship in any way that he wishes. If he doesn't, that is okay, but it might be kind of cool. Thank you.
Fairdoon just he gives a little half nod and then waddles.
He starts waddling back.
Hadolin is the only person who has ever heard Fairdoon speak. I live by it.
They have like nighttime story time.
Yeah.
Just like while I'm like eating dinner or something, they're just hanging out like
They're vibing.
on top deck. Like,
They're having
have, like-
boys' night.
yeah.
Like
Fair dude.
inside jokes.
Yeah. Okay, Cameron, you just gave me the best little nugget for my brain that they just have boys' night.
Yeah, they vibe.
The boys' night is trauma bonding night.
Right.
Yeah, for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hadolin is traumatized.
Yeah, Hadelin's
Hadelin's
traumatized.
very
So is
traumatized.
Fairdoon.
Can they call it Flyer Fridays? Because they're
Flyer
both
Fridays?
Oh, my
Oh, I love that.
God.
Friday
Anyway,
flyers.
Fairdude does depart to relay the message.
TGI.
But
Friday.
you can see, unlike the Onstead Tower, where the airship dock was, this is more like an airport. You can see there are just signs that lead you. It's like exit this way, exit down, and you're just following it. You
Is
see
there anyone with cards?
different like ports. Some people, a bunch of different guards.
It's like an IKEA.
Eventually, you do exit out.
You've been in an IKEA as well?
It was the worst time of my life.
I was lost.
I
for
thought I was
3
going to
days.
lose my life in that place.
I was a goner.
But you exit out into the city, and by the time you exit out here, it has transitioned more from the earlier morning to more mid-morning, later morning. So it is probably around 10 to 11 a.m. The sun is bright and high in the sky. You can see there are a bunch of different people making their way to and from the city. The narrow streetways are now a bit more comfortable from this direction, since before you had seen it from above. The buildings all rise above, and almost... It's a strange effect, where it almost feels like the street cities, or the street buildings kind of curve over to give it a more kind of like a faux arc around the walkways. So it feels like the buildings are curving out around you, and there's all these different kind of like window-hung flower pots and whatnot. It's a very nice and well-decorated city. All the people walking around, primarily humans, but you do see a spattering of different races, like elves, wearing nice clothing, stepping back and forth. It feels almost like this city has nothing to do with the war, even though this is the capital of the Heat. Yes, Akva?
When we were flying in, you said it's a lot like a metropolis. Are we talking like skyscrapers or no?
Some of them would be considered skyscrapers, but most of them are 2-3-story tall buildings.
Okay.
There are some taller towers, kind of clusters of taller towers, but a vast majority of the buildings are relatively low-hanging.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is we're in the New York of Eldervale.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
Sweet Daisy,
Oh, yes, Cass.
where did Brilliant say to meet her?
Oh, just at the palace, you know. Her usual
Alright.
digs.
I mean, I'd imagine for what she's doing.
Nelson,
Yes.
would you feel a little bit more comfortable if you didn't quite look like yourself?
Wait, why? I'm good.
I could gussy you up a bit if you wanted, you know.
I have a room in the palace. I'm good. They're expecting me.
Little hair color. I could add some highlights, maybe groom the mustache a bit.
He's cleanly shaven.
You give him a
I can
mustache.
give you a mustache.
Not
Yeah.
long.
I could give you. No, I'm. Why?
No, you mentioned seem a little nervous.
Sweet
Oh,
Daisy
good.
really,
I mean-
really- Sweet Daisy has gotten this spell that she hasn't been able to use yet, and she really wants to, and she's been asking every single city we've entered.
I just think we have a really good reason to maybe, you know, just
I'll get new digs. Look at
All of us?
In this specific city,
Yeah,
we don't.
I think we actually have less of a reason for that. We're welcomed here.
Little fashion show. Come on, guys.
I mean,
Who doesn't
I'm-
want a new hair color? For
I'm
a day or
happy
a
for a
different
fashion
nose?
show, but
Fashion show? You know, I think you would really look good in maybe some like blacks and dark indigo. I feel like
Me?
I don't see you wear a lot of black.
me?
You know what,
Oh,
Daisy?
Yeah, it's kind of
Daisy,
dark and
if
mysterious.
you really want
Okay.
to do it on someone, you can change my whatever you want.
Well, okay, wait, hold on though. But or we can go back to the ship like later on and have like our own private fashion show.
But this one would just be for today, and it would be me making you all look however I wanted to.
I feel like
think
this is a bad idea to agree to, but
I mean, I'll
we're,
agree.
we're going to a palace. We want to look nice.
You know what? You know
you
what?
know.
I don't want to say it this way, but I'm gonna sex me up.
Oh,
Well, you know, make me sexy.
I'm good.
I
This is gonna like walk to the
I'm
stage
good.
a little.
I'm good.
He's gonna like part a little bit from the group.
Make me ostentatious. Is that better than sex me up?
no, I'm going with the first one. The first one's fantastic.
I like to think everyone's
scared
bunched up
now.
and Cass just takes a giant wide step to the right.
There's like, it's like in those scenes when someone is like sprinting towards a character and that character doesn't see it, and the person next to them just takes a really large step to the side.
I like to think Tomo, like, right, like, in the shadow of your movement also moves with you to avoid the gaze of Sweet Daisy.
It's just invisible because the towering Cass is casting a shadow.
Let's see what the range on Veil is. give me 1 minute.
I hope it has a saving throw.
I do too.
am I against unwilling? But
So
what is
Imagine
the spell?
disguising someone that
it's
isn't.
Veil. It's an illusion spell. And the range is 400 feet, 40 feet per level.
It is.
No, that's how far you can cast it from.
Yeah, that's how far you can cast it from. The targets are just targets. It's not like an area of effect.
Well, how many targets is it?
So you could still
One or
target
more
Cass.
creatures.
Saving
One or more
throw
creatures,
is
no two of which can be more than 30 feet away.
Oh, so
Oh.
just two people.
I'm gonna move 30 feet away.
No.
I'm gonna start running.
No, it's
Nah,
it could be more than 2 people. They just can't be further than 30.
Yeah, it's
feet apart.
however.
Wait, she could get the whole group if she really wanted to.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
nobody
but is there a will save against unwilling?
unwilling is a will save.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you gotta make a will save. I'm
You're
technically
actually you're gonna be going after us three as well.
this is like
The
a
whole
like
group.
a fun whimsical thing that she's trying to do.
Okay, well, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to sprint, and I'm going. No, I'm not sprinting.
Utgard
That's a
is
fucking
going
bad
to.
idea.
If you sprint, Utgard would grab you, just like.
You told me to watch your back.
You told me you was not
You
gonna
will
get
have
away from
Brody's
me?
knife.
Everybody who's willing, make a will save.
I don't want this.
Roll will save.
No, 22.
22.
Octa's just posed.
I think 22 makes it. Yeah.
Oh, I think I'm good. I got a 24?
Oh my god.
No, 22 as well. My bad. 22.
Okay. You also make it? Does Tomo make it?
Tomo rolled a nat 20 plus
Oh
11
my
for 31.
God.
Oh my god!
For everybody who is unwilling is not
Holy
affected.
shit.
Damn it.
I'll say, Kyle, because I got a nat 20, can I sculpt it a little bit where I only let her do just my mask?
No.
You
You
want to be Will?
So it
You
negates.
want?
I want to
No.
mention Cameron is very willing.
Well-
Wilson is not. I think
You know
it's
what?
great.
Tomo, yeah. No, I'll let Bear do it. I'll let Bear do it.
You'll be willing.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What a present. Oh, what a treasure.
Like
Alright.
Tomo's doing it in the guise that they don't want you to, but when they feel it, they're like, fine.
Alright. Okay. So, what happens as I kind of flick my little rat hands out is kind of this glimmer shimmers over you all that just willing. And first is Octa, and I'm gonna dress him in like tight leather pants with like slits cut out of the side. And it's at like kind of a diagonal angle, like you know those sexy see-through yoga like workout leggings.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, and then you've got a crop top on with like a cool little fold in the middle and like a thick belt. And then I'm also like adding a darker blue streak through your hair, and you've got like some wicked eye makeup going on.
Did you just make me a biker?
What's a bike?
And then I will say, in like there's little pieces of jewelry too, like kind of stuck on. You're iced out, absolutely.
Oh,
and
I'm
it's
going
all
to get
little
robbed.
bits of like red, so it still kind of fits like the purple and red theme we've been doing whenever the carnival comes around. And for Utgar,
There's a D at the end of his name. Utgard.
Utgard. I don't know if my mic is picking it up. I'm gonna give you some like. You've got a very top-heavy silhouette with your big, beautiful boy crystals, just kind of glimmering. I'm gonna kind of even that out by giving you some really nice bell bottoms that are very shapely around a certain area.
Does it accentuate the ass well?
Yeah, perfectly. And you've got like little pieces of embroidery kind of sewn in there. And it's all different plants from around the sanctuary when I was having my romp around. I was looking around, there's a lot of flowers, a lot of bits of like pine tree nettles woven in there.
Turned him into a
And-
hippie.
And the beard has been split into 2 braids, and it weaves down, and it's got like 2 large rings at the end. The kind you would see sort of like attached in a bull's nose, but I don't think the sanctuary does that. I don't think the sanctuary pierces their bulls.
I love that you made Octa just like a biker chick, and then now Utgard just is dummy thick now.
dummy thick.
Dummy
This is how
thick with
Sweet
the bell
Daisy
bottom.
actually sees you guys.
This is
In the mind
this
of
is
Sweet
what
Daisy.
goes on in her head. And for Tomo, I'm gonna incorporate very similar color motifs as Octa's outfit, where it's got some of the red jewelry became a little redder, and the purples are shifting a little bit to indigo, so it's a little bit bluer. And you notice, like, not much changes in the outfit, but the mask does get back some of those details that got painted on at the circus and then washed off, just for like little flavor. And the hole that's been kind of clawed into the mask, the eye doesn't cover up all the way, but the wood shards look more intentional now, as if it was carved in rather than smashed.
Cool.
So, does he have like his armor on? Like, on his like chest and arms, and then just a pair of bell-bottom jeans.
Yeah. And I will see the shirt got a little shorter, so it's now almost a crop top where we just see a little bit of like tummy hair if there is any.
You can see all of his armor. Like his armor covers like everything.
All of it? Even his
Yeah.
bell bottoms?
Well, I
the
mean, the
illusion.
armor covers his whole body.
I see. Then it would have, I would say the armor wouldn't be showing up except for like arm pauldrons. So it looks like if
Okay.
you hit someone, it's gonna hurt really bad and it's your specialty.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? Those like Wii characters with the big spring arms that shoot
Yeah.
out and just boing boing boing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
You've got more of like a hippie vibe to you a little bit.
I'm down for
A
it.
hippie that's ready to just knock you the fuck out.
A hippie vibe.
A hippie that's really, really motivated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real radical.
And Akta, if you look a little bit closer, you and Tomo are kind of matching now.
Ooh. Hell yeah.
Wait, did you also put me in leather? Or did my clothes just turn to leather clothes?
They're exactly the same, they're just all
No,
leather now.
Tomo's clothes stayed the majority the same. Akta got a little bit more of the black, white, red, and indigo motif, and then your purple, black, and white motif got a little bluer to kind of merge your two styles into one.
Hell yeah.
Sweet Daisy, you scare me.
I do? And
Touche.
as I turn around, I'm no longer a Nezumi, and I now have a cute, round, pudgy halfling face and two big buns of like curly orange hair, kind of in the place where my mouse ears used to be. And I'm also wearing like a little purple and red dress. You know, it didn't change much from my usual outfit, but there's a bit more jewelry and the makeup's been accentuated a bit.
Well, alright. I think I look... Oh, that's just my whole thigh. Okay. Alright.
Yeah, it is.
Tomo is trying not to look.
Just tell me, what do you
Cass
think?
is just staring at Tomo, but like but not like perfectly staring. He's like doing the.
You can't see it now, but I am mouthing "help me."
This is not bad look. I like it.
We all could have been matching, but you know. Alright, Palace? Palace?
Palace.
I actually do have one stop I want to make. I'll meet you guys at the palace. It'll be quick.
You're going alone, Akta?
Well, I mean, somebody can come with me.
If
Where are
no
you
one else
going?
volunteers, I'll go.
Just to the market real quick.
Sweet Daisy, you should really be there to see Bridget. She will miss you. I can stay. Goodbye. It starts
That's a good
pushing
idea.
you.
That's a good-
Dude, I'm gonna grab Sweet Daisy's
Great
hand
idea.
and go,
Great
yes,
idea.
Sweet Daisy, you need to see.
Shit.
I'm sure
Great
Bridget
idea.
misses you dearly.
So much. Oh, right? I bet she'll be foaming at the mouth with joy.
With the time Nolson's been with the party, what do you have picked up on the Tomo Octa ship?
I'm pretty sure because it's the most obvious thing in the world.
No, it's very obvious. I'm just curious.
I mean,
They're
yes.
both so awkward about it, but so like kind of also upfront about it.
It's obvious.
That's a great idea, Sweet Daisy. That's a great idea, Cass. Let's go to the palace. Sweet Daisy, let's go see Bridget.
The market is on the way between where you guys are standing
Oh,
outside
oh,
your ship
oh.
dock.
Are you guys going
and
this
then
way
awkward
too?
guys
It's like bye, and then you're going
the same way.
It's a little awkward.
Alright, we're gonna
Awkward,
go down
so
this
awkward on
alleyway
the
and then we'll
other
cut
side of
across
the
on the other
street.
street and then we'll...
When Octa
It's
starts
like-
Just start power
finally
walking.
separating from the party guards, it's gonna be like, don't do anything I wouldn't do as Octa walks away.
I don't
Like
know
when
what
you're-
you wouldn't do.
It's like when you're
Don't
trying
do
to find your
anything weird.
mom in the
Don't
grocery
do
store and
anything
you're walking down one aisle and she's walking down the other and you see each other every once in a while.
Okay. Oktha and Tomo, you make your way over to the market. It is a wide open, kind of like city street square. It's the widest clearing that you've seen so far, but it is still surrounded on all sides by these taller buildings. You can see in the center there is a nice kind of like fountain. The buildings on all sides are storefronts. So there are like building storefronts, but inside this kind of like wide open courtyard area, there's a bunch of open air stalls. Most of them selling variety of product, food, produce. There are some who are selling weapons, that look to be. There are a few people moving around. You can tell it's a very... you can tell with the amount of people who are here at the marketplace, it does seem to be like this is the time for people to come around and shop. There are a bunch of people kind of getting groceries. There are maybe a bit younger kids, maybe in the mid to earlier teens that are looking at the weapons. What would you like to look for?
So remind me, we're like end of fall going into winter, right?
You're like mid-fall turning into late fall. So there's like tinges of early winter, but you're still in fall.
Okay. So I'm looking for something very specific. I need about a daisy head size pumpkin.
We're bringing it back.
Make a search check for me, please. Search or spot.
Can I also look for Wolfsbane?
And Wolfsbane. We also do need Wolfsbane.
Make a search or spot check.
17 on the die for a 19 for search.
Yeah. For what? The pumpkin or the...
For the pumpkin.
The pumpkin? Okay. Yeah. That one's not much harder to find. You can see that there is a like a farmer's stall kind of merchant. You can see he is a half orc. He is very big, burly, black hair, very short. But you can tell he's wearing overalls and boots, but he's not wearing a shirt underneath. So it's just the overalls, and he's just like shirtless.
Yo.
All right.
He is farmhand. Like he looks very strong.
The shoulders.
See, he does have a variety of different gourds, pumpkins, other stuff, vegetables. He just finishes selling something off to some other people, and it just kind of like starts wiping down the stall that he's running.
Hi, I need like this big pumpkin.
Pumpkin?
Yeah, like a bigger pumpkin.
Yeah, I got some pumpkins for sale. Just take your pick.
All right. Do you also have like some pretty large turnips, just in case?
Turnips?
Yeah, about the same size. Maybe a little
I don't think
longer.
I have any turnips around. Sorry.
All right. No
I've
worries.
got
No
pumpkins,
worries.
but if you would like some others, I have maybe some beets.
Yeah, I'll take some beets. We can use them.
Beets? All right. How many would you like?
Tomo, what's a good amount of beets? Like 10?
I do believe it is dependent on what you're needing them for, but 10 is generally a nice number.
All right. Yeah, we'll get 10 beets and just the one pump.
Yes,
Actually,
divisible by 5.
Yeah. Actually, can we get? Can you deliver? Like, do you have like a cart or something?
Sorry, I don't.
Okay.
I sell all my product here.
No worries. Can we
call Fairdoon back?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll summon Fairdoon to my side.
Okay, well you can't like de-summon, re-summon him. You can call him and then he starts flying over.
Well, 500
It'll take a
feet.
few minutes.
500 feet, he can teleport
You
to
can
me.
recall?
Yeah.
Or further than 500 feet.
Wait, actually, wait. Let me double check that. It's actually pretty far.
But you are further than 500 feet from him.
Right. But it's called Maker's Call, I think.
He does like grab like a very narrow brown paper bag and starts putting inside of it. Okay. Pulls it up at the top, places it down.
This functions as dimension door. I don't know how far Dimension Door can go. Alright, anyways, I'll call...
3.5 Dimension Door is not far. But...
Okay, I'll just call Fairdoon when he shows up.
Fairdoon starts flying, but it'll take a few minutes.
Can I actually get, like 8 more, smaller pumpkins?
All I got is what you see here, and he motions over. There's only 4 or 5 pumpkins. There some of them are a bit big. 1 or 2 of them are big, but the remainder are smaller.
All right,
that big.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll just take the rest of the pumpkins.
Oh, all right. Having a celebration or something? What's this for?
One of them's for a friend. The rest are for a celebration. Actually, do you know any is there any decoration shops or anything anywhere?
Not in this market square, mind you. I'm sure if you went to a fabric shop or something, I'm sure you could order something special, but nothing that's probably not made.
All right. Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
So how much is this gonna run me?
5 pumpkins, and 2 beets, and you can see he pulls out a small little clipboard and he starts doing some math. And he goes, right, for the pumpkins and the beets, anything else I can throw in for you?
Do you have any cabbage?
Cabbage, yeah, I have a few cabbages.
Yeah, we'll take 4 heads of cabbage.
4?
We feed a lot of people. And some potatoes. If you have some potatoes too, that would also be good.
Potatoes, I can do that too. Starts filling up another brown paper bag with some produce, puts it down, goes, additions, that'll run you 8 gold and 7 silver.
Mind if I just do an even 10 gold?
Should we just buy the whole stall?
How much would it be to buy the whole stall?
The whole stall? Well, I'm gonna have to think about that for a bit. You can see you're gonna start scratching his head a little bit. Old Wills is probably not gonna let me walk away if I don't ask at least 35 gold, probably.
That's here's 40.
Oh, you could take the stall itself too.
Wait, are you serious? Oh, okay, okay, all right.
Well, thank you. Very generous.
Yeah, have a good early day off.
Oh, thank you. Do you want me to bag these things? How are you gonna?
Oh, so this big guy, probably flying in about now. He's gonna carry it all. So some bags would be nice for him to wrap his tentacles around and fly back.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
If you wanted, you could carry and follow him, but otherwise he's very self-sufficient.
Okay. Yeah. I can bag them. Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait. Also, did you have any was Wolfsbane part of that? Or no, you don't. You're not the Wolfsbane person.
I rolled separate for that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No.
Okay. No worries. No worries.
He starts packing all of his things and goes, all right, well, that should be the majority of it.
All right.
Well, all of it, actually. But it's a pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, pleasure. Do you want a potato or something?
No, I'm perfectly
carrot.
fine.
All right,
Thanks.
yeah, a carrot. All right, well, have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
And I'll have...
Packing up his things.
I'll have...
Starts moving.
Fairdoon will just pick it all up and fly it back to the ship, except for the one pumpkin. The pumpkin for Daisy, he's not gonna grab.
He is a large size, but it's not hard. He doesn't fly off. A grocery carrier, giant fucking owl.
Oh my god, we just made, what is it, fucking Instacart?
Yep.
It's just Fairdoon.
Uber Eat groceries.
Yeah.
I got a 10 on the die, but a total of 25 for my spot check for Wolfsbane.
Yeah. Looking around, you can see kind of tucked away in one of the corners of the courtyard. You can see there is a stall. She looks to be more of your classic witch. You can tell she has her own stand. Maybe some
witch of the woods.
feet. Maybe some crow's feet are hanging from it. You can see she has a bunch of different potion bottles. She has like tiny little like hex circles on little handout sheets of paper. She is a very crusty old wart-ridden witch, and she's kind of like
Whisper.
It's Whisper's sister.
And,
Wasper.
It's Whisper's sister. No, it's Whisper's sister Holler.
she looks to be mixing something in a cauldron.
That's good.
That's good. That was good.
But yeah, if anybody, she would have some wolfsbane.
Go, go walk up.
You walk up. She looks over. You can see she has a very long, spindly nose. She looks over. Is it out?
I need to buy your entire stock of wolfsbane.
Wolfsbane? For what purpose?
To use
Such
it.
as poisonous to normal use. She kind of fiddles with her glasses and looks at you.
We're not very normal people.
I suppose I could use it for that, yes.
Puts down. Come here, darling. Come here. Let me see your hands.
Like, very awkwardly gives her completely wrapped hands.
The moment one of your hands like appears, she slaps her hand on it and yanks it forward, and she looks at it. She goes, "I'm gonna remove these bandages, darling," and she starts pulling the bandages off.
Oh, I'm not comfortable being undressed in public, but okay.
She starts flipping your hand to and fro. She goes, "We're inflicted, darling. Do you know that?"
Unfortunately.
Oh, right. Of course you wouldn't be asking for wolfsbane, such as very, very rare in these parts, so I'm going to ask a pretty penny for it.
I kind of love her.
Pulling out pouches.
Yeah.
Tiny little,
Great.
tiny little pouches of leather string bags.
Do you have people come by often for some?
4, 5,
I don't think so.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
I think we just became an educational channel for kids to learn how to count.
That's how you count.
27, 28, 29, 30,
That's a lot of wolfsbane.
32. 32
still-
individually wrapped pouches.
Do you not have people come by regularly for some?
Why would they?
Evil ex-spouses they want to get rid of? I don't know.
Oh, I have many other ways that are better. So dealing with that.
I have better ways to murder your spouse.
Oh. Like what?
Well, depends on the type of spouse and the type of transgression they've done to you.
What about someone you don't want to murder, but maybe slightly inconvenience?
Just laxatives.
Yeah, I'm for that. You can see she puts a potion. It's a very viscous blue potion, and she goes, "This erases their dominant hand."
Wait, like it just like it just goes away?
Permanently. That doesn't go away. It's so like when they go to grab a spoon, they may miss and it falls on the ground.
Oh.
If they try and like putting a contact lens in, they may jab their eye. You know.
That's
Voldemort.
evil. That's genuine evil.
Oh.
That would be a fine little lodge I can throw it in for free for you.
Well, you cannot see it, but I am grinning ear to ear right now.
Douse an arrow in it and shoot it at Terrestrial.
Oh my god. She's like, why can't I fucking
So annoying.
My spells aren't working.
Thematic components? Oh my
Imagine
god.
if he's like ambidextrous, he just, why isn't this working?
Why aren't you listening?
Is there anything else you would like, darling? Turns to you, Octa.
Oh, me? Actually, yeah, do you have any potions of healing?
Potions of healing? No. I don't
Yes.
serve that slop.
Do you have any
Matt, use
antidotes?
crap.
Alright, I'm sorry for asking.
Yeah, you should be.
Ow!
I'm offended.
Well, then can I get some Eye of Newt?
I have some, sure.
Yeah, of course if I can have some Eye of Newt.
Yes.
Oh, why you gotta be so aggressive about it?
She's being aggressive. She started it!
Barking is my favorite.
Talking to herself.
Yeah.
Here's Utgard's voice.
She started
Utgard
it,
is your
Utgard. Yeah.
Do you
Why are
have
you so
any?
aggressive?
Why do you have to be mad? It's only a game.
Do you have anything to like antidote for poison, specifically from the abyssal creatures? Do they have poison? I forgot.
The infernal
Be a
ones
bit more
do.
specific about that.
Like imp antidote, like their poison.
Imp antidote?
Well, like the stinger.
Impidote.
You know, the stinger, like it stings you and then you get poisoned.
You're asking for medicine. I don't give medicine.
So you only give poisons?
I don't give poisons. I give elixirs and hexes to bewitch the mind.
Wait, like what? Like what's... Do you have like a thing to befuddle someone? Like they can't think clearly or like they won't be able to speak?
Oh, yes. Now you're speaking my language, darling. I do indeed have a few things, depending on what specific kind of befuddlement you're looking for.
Like I said, like something to like befuddle their mind or like them...
Yes,
The-
you've said that word.
Right, but like, or like the tongue, like they can't think.
You want them to be easier to convince? Do you want them to be dumb? Do you want them to
I
be...
want them to not be able to cast spells.
So you're looking for something to feeble their mind. Yes, yes.
Sure, yeah, sure.
I have some potions of feeble mind for you if you want.
How much?
I mean, we will calculate at the end. I'm not very good at the math. You'll see.
Alright.
In your very experienced experience, what is the best way to get someone to drink a potion, if without them knowing they're drinking a potion?
Don't know it. You knock them out, open their mouth, and put the potion in, and then you close their nose.
What if that?
I
What if
see.
that's not possible?
Well, I don't know. You do your best you can. I believe in you.
Alright.
What is the title of this beautiful
Yeah.
shop? Does she
no
have a
title.
name tag made out
There's
of
no
skeleton bones?
title.
There's no title.
Why do I feel like?
And with a witch.
Why do I feel like as soon as you walk away, you turn back, gone?
Yeah,
Everything's gone.
right.
3 potions of feeble mind down.
I
next
love
to
this.
the other,
I love this
to
witch.
the wolf bane. Potions of befuddlement for you.
Do you have any sneezing powder?
Sneezing powder?
Wax.
Pepper works just as well. From experience. Don't worry.
What does?
Pepper.
Pepper. Black ground pepper. Works perfectly fine. Whoever invented sneezing powder is a...
I will trust your judgment. I am not specialized in the area. What is your personal favorite elixir that you carry?
Favorite. Ooh, this is going to be very fun. Ooh, let's see. The dominant hand ratio is a bit... It's up there, but it's not my favorite. Mine, no. Oh, I'm going to have to look. I'm going to have to see if I have any in stock. And she goes beneath her. You stand and you can see she's rattling through potion bottles, and she goes,
Ocean cellar.
Potion seller. I'm going into battle, and I need your strongest potion. You are too weak for my strongest potion, adventurer.
Them to believe that they are nothing more than a frog. Oh, that's fun seeing them bounce around. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Can I do some sort of a check to see if this woman is real? Is she like is she fae? Does she
exist?
motive check for me, please. Either a sense motive check or knowledge the planes if you have it. One of the
I do have knowledge of the planes, but I think my sense motive is much higher.
This is one of the gods.
This is Sweet Daisy's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Kyle, depending on if I pick sense motive or knowledge of the planes, or the DCs or the information I'm gonna get different.
Tell me which one you're rolling, and I'll tell you information dependent.
Oh, my sense motive is higher, but
Wait, you were trying to do knowledge of the planes or sense motive?
yeah, I have knowledge of the planes, and it's like pretty good, but my sense motive is just a little bit better. But I'm wondering if I'll get more information from knowledge of the planes.
I could try the knowledge of the planes.
All right, I'll do the sense motive. 19.
19.
12.
She's eccentric, to say the least. Definitely among the weirder people you've met during your travels, but she's real. She doesn't seem like an illusion or whatever.
Well, she touched my hand, so I know she's not an illusion, but like...
The planes?
I got
the roll?
I got a 12.
12? Yeah, you have no idea. She could
Oh,
be
wait.
from buttfuck nowhere, and you have no idea. Or
Sorry.
you don't know.
14, actually.
14 doesn't change anything.
Alright, cool.
She's from the plane of fire.
So you want you want the frog potion? That is
Does
fun.
what is the duration? How long does it?
A few hours.
Hours?
It's
Like
most
that.
fun seeing them come out of it because the legs are all wounded and they're like, why have I been jumping for the past 2 hours? And then you tell me.
I love this old lady
I have
so much.
2 months of pranks to pull on Sweet Daisy to make up for. I would love it.
Anything else, darling?
Do you maybe travel around selling, or are you always here?
Oh, I travel quite a bit, pretty far. This is where I am right now. Who knows when I'll leave? I could leave before I finish the sale, you don't know.
Just
be most
books it.
Fucking sprint.
That would be most unfortunate. I do feel as though I will be a very regular patron here.
Okay, but wait, Tomo, think about it like this.
You can.
What?
I could give you my business card.
Wait, ma'am, do you... So you say you travel, right?
Yes,
Do you have a way to travel freely?
I do, but I'll.
Well, I was going to say, you could have... Maybe... We'd have to talk with our friends, but maybe you could set up shop on our airship.
We don't have the room.
Yeah, we do. We have
We
one
could
room.
make one.
We have one room.
No.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is
next
the
to
meeting room.
Hadelin's.
Yeah, the meeting room.
Yeah, that we never
I guess.
use. Yeah.
We actually use it quite a bit.
Approve. We can use it. We can do
But-
this. I think it's such a good idea,
Yeah.
Jacob.
Make a diplomacy check for me, please.
Can I help? Because I'm also taking her business card.
Or you can roll it with a +2.
So that gives me a +9.
Come on, Jacob.
For a 12.
Aw.
The rolls are back,
we don't
baby.
know how low the DC was.
We don't know how low
it
the DC was.
You guys,
It's more paying customers. We travel around
As
quite a bit.
usual, that would be very disappointed if I stopped showing up at my stalls. But if you would like to point out which of your actions is yours, I can fit you into my rotation.
Okay. Alright.
She's gonna show up in her broom closet.
I
Oh,
will not be a permanent fixture, but I will be around to sell my wares.
and like
If
you could,
so decided.
and you could travel with us, you know, hit up other areas to sell more to a wider audience.
We already sell everywhere in the world, don't worry.
Alright.
That's not something I'm worried about.
Yeah, and I'll give her like the dock we were at.
Alright. Anyway, the sale!
she motions towards the things on the counter.
I would very much love these. If
What are you? 50 gold.
For the whole thing?
For all of it.
I mean, Tomo, look, I can pay for it. I will be flat broke after.
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm gonna give her 50 gold, and then I'm gonna quick rip out a page in a book. But you see him just like hesitate to do it because it hurts to do it. So we'll rip out a page and then speed fold an origami jumping frog for her.
Oh, this is very nice. And you can see she casts a little spell and the frog starts jumping around on her head. And it jumps into one of her many pockets on her dress.
30 pockets.
All right. I give her.
Take your things.
So there's 32 pouches of wolf's mane,
3
3
befuddlements.
potions of feeble mind, the potion of frog mind, and the potion that deletes someone's dominant arm.
Elixir of dominant hand delete.
Now. I should be off. I need
Alright.
to bathe.
Oh,
You can see she snapped her hand, and the stand that she had been selling out of kind of folds down into a briefcase. She
Oh.
picks it up, and then you can see she was sitting on a tiny little stool. She lifts herself up by her arms and climbs into the cauldron. She pulls her little cane into the cauldron, and you can see the little feet of the cauldron animate, and she starts
Yo!
This is what I wanted whispered to be, Kyle.
I love this woman.
And after she walks a little bit away, the cauldron starts galloping on the air as she starts cackling away.
What
what I
is
wanted to
this
whisper to
insane
me.
person's name?
We
Read
Can I
the
open a business card?
You open up the business card, and it's Miss Pepperbottom's herbal.
Miss Pepperbottom's herbal.
I love her. God.
Here's what Whisper thought she was.
Yeah. What did hey Tomo? That was real, right?
No.
I only believe it is because I am holding a very large amount of wolfsbane in my hands right now.
Oh yeah, you can
This-
put it in the bag, the cheese bag. It's the only bag I
It's-
have.
I have room, it's fine.
Okay.
I usually carry light.
Alright.
You should have. I could have paid for the produce. I do
No,
have
no, it's
a lot
fine.
of money on me.
It's okay. We should
What
probably
was
meet
the
up with the others though.
Yeah. I am gonna keep a lookout though for things that maybe I could with everybody. I know gifts do not make things better, but it's will make me feel a little better.
Can I ask you like an awkward question? It might be awkward, I don't know.
Go ahead.
Can I like hold your hand while we walk around and find gifts for people? Oh, and we need to go to the decoration store.
Yeah, nice save.
Lead the way. And Tomo will grab your hand.
Okay.
The two of you continue around the marketplace, just window shopping, and looking for other stuff, decorations to buy.
Yeah. Can we say we spend like 30 gold on decorations and stuff?
Meanwhile,
what was the wolf elixir or the frog elixir called?
Frog mind.
It doesn't have like a name. It's just like elixir of frog mind.
All right. This is so beautiful. I'll Jacob, did you want the elixirs of feeble mind?
I would like to think the potion, all it has is this tiny label that says frog.
Or I'll just take one of the potions.
A tiny drawing.
It's like an
tiny.
Yzma bottle.
Yeah.
With just the picture of
where
the
you don't know what it
on
actually does.
It's
You're
like
just
a sticker.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the rest of you, the other four, make your way towards the King's Palace. You can see it is a large, opulent, multi-winged building with tall roofs, and you can see the banners of the King's colors, which are red and yellow. As you make your way forward, you can see there are a few heavily armed guards that kind of step forward and say, "Halt! There are to be no citizens inside the palace at this time."
I have a room here. Name's Nolson Freewater.
You're gonna lie, choose a better lie.
It's not a lie.
Right, well, maybe this will help better. And I'm just gonna show the ring of the duchy. We're here to speak with the resistance and aid in the fight.
Is that what you meant? Ambassadors. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we're that too, probably.
You can step inside.
There should be more arriving as well.
How many more?
2. And a owl.
Okay.
That's bold. I'm gonna walk in. I'm going to walk in.
Inside, and you can see the guard. He opens up the tall doors.
I do have a room here. I'm gonna just walk in.
Yes. How's my breath?
Smells like trees. You're good.
Good.
So, you step inside, and the palace is very opulent. And you first step inside this kind of like wide open entry hall. I don't know why my camera is very
blurry.
Low quality?
Yeah, go. Like,
I think autofocus turned back on. I'll fix that on break. But it is a wide kind of like entry hall with lots of different like statues of previous kings and whatnot, all these different fine artworks. You can see there are many guards around and also many servants kind of moving back and forth, cleaning, making sure everything is all nice and orderly. Is there anything specifically the four of you are looking for or would like to do as you wander around the palace?
Can I roll to see if anyone has taken a specific interest in Nolson? Like if there are any guards like eyeing him a little more, or like anyone following us, sort of thing.
Make a sense motive check.
I'm looking for Bridget.
It's a 3.
It's a 3.
Strong, my guy.
Yeah, you look around. There are people about. You can see they kind of do kind of like a double take, but you can tell that that's more about you and not Nolson.
he goes to like stroke his beard, and he's like, "Oh right, it's 2," and he does like each braid.
Did the guard describe where my abode is in the palace?
No.
My tiny broom fuck.
No. It said it in the paperwork, but you rolled too low to understand.
Shit.
Can I actually want to keep a look at. I want to see if I can spot Awen.
Okay. I think it's
He's hiding.
I don't
in
think
the
I'm not
rafters.
gonna roll high enough.
Oh, can I actually, to add on that, can I look
Yeah,
for
oh, no.
Neris? No.
yeah, no.
Oh, can I look for Neris?
Sure, make a search check.
Can it be spot?
No.
Shit. Shit, it's not as good. 4.
4. Yeah, no,
It would have been a 24 if it was.
The palace is winding. There are a lot of halls that just lead to nowhere, endless doors that lead to more doors, more chambers, more everything. It's very confusing, and you can tell by the people that are walking around it. It's almost like they know the palace layout, but like the back of their hands. They're just walking through. They go through a door, close it behind them, and you're all just kind of moving about, like, oh god. And after maybe like 5 or 10 minutes of wandering, by pure happenstance, you all bump into Bridget, who is currently making her way through the palace herself, looking down, mumbling. She doesn't see you, though.
Oh, thank God, Bridget.
Hi.
You're here. Good thing.
Yes.
Actually, 2 of you are missing. Where's Akfa and Tomo?
They are shopping in the markets.
Are they going to be here sometime soon?
I'd
I
imagine.
think so.
I suppose.
They did say they would
Well,
meet us here.
I told
Probably.
everybody that you guys were going to be here, and so the king wants to hold an official first meeting with you all, since we can cover no ground while you guys are away, and it's
Oh.
really pissing me off.
Oh dear.
I can lead you out to the war room, or if you want to wait for your other two.
We should probably wait.
Yeah, if that's.
All right, where you
to
want to
think the
wait?
help
You got there's a library. There's
A library.
a garden. There's another garden. There's a gazebo in the garden. There's not a lot of places to hang out.
I personally would love to see the library.
How many libraries do they have? Only one?
One.
Yes.
But it's pretty big.
Shit. We have 2. We have 2 of
I'm
them.
going to go to
Lil Shy with 2.
the closest garden and come get me when they are here. And he's just
Alright.
gonna walk off to one of the gardens.
Garden number 1 is there. Garden number 2 is there. Garden number 3 with gazebo is there.
With gazebo.
I'll
That
go
one
with
has a
garden 1.
fountain.
All right. All right, and I'll lead you to the library. She starts walking.
Walking sounds.
You've never actually seen her walk anywhere. She's always just teleported. So now
Yeah.
she's kind of like walking,
You're absolutely
leading you guys somewhere. But she does lead you to the library. It is a very nice open space. Even though Nilsson, your estate does have 2 libraries,
It's much
this
bigger.
is bigger than both of them combined.
Shit.
You can see there it is like 3 stories, and the second and third story has like cut open railing, so you can see down below to the third,
That's so cool.
to the first floor. Lots of different chairs and people sitting about reading. And in a hushed tone, she goes, "This is the library.
That's all right.
Don't raise your voice."
It's all right. Mine's better.
Sure it is.
I am going to look for books on the plains.
All right. I'll sit. She goes and sits down at one of the tables.
With how
I'm gonna
fancy
look
this
for books
place
on the
is.
plains.
With how fancy this place is there a coffee shop? In the fucking
No, no.
library.
Inside the
Coffee shop
library.
In the library. But there is one. There is like a nice little kitchenette next to the library, but not a part of the actual library.
There's not a
Damn.
grounds for
There's not a
thought.
Starbucks.
Yeah.
There's not a Starbucks.
Starbucks. There's not a Barnes.
We're an
Noble cafe.
off-brand, not an off-brand
not-
cafe
not
that
the
sells
off-brand.
Starbucks drinks.
It's
Alright, I'm
called
gonna
like
look for books on the plains.
it's called like steeped in
Research.
study or something.
Oh God.
What is
Okay,
this?
that's much
a
better.
college library?
That's what
What
I'm
is
saying, dude.
The
That
Klein
is-
Library.
17.
We had grounds for
You
thought.
find quite a few books on that one. There's most of them read like copied books of more prestigious mages from history, and more their findings and whatnot on the Outer Planes and their writings and musings and findings. But you do find quite a few books on the plains. What specifically?
Each time he comes across one of those, he's like, boring. Oh, man. Alright.
What specifically are you looking for? About just general information.
Probably information on,
This?
yeah, probably the Abyss.
Okay.
Considering we have to deal with that soon.
You can find there are some of those kind of journals that document heavily the Abyss.
Okay.
More so than the others.
Do I get any any mentions of Tharizdun?
You probably do hear a few about Tharizdun, but unlike
But like as a creature, not like a
Yeah,
god.
more so as a creature, less like a god.
Yeah, okay.
More like the creature that is trapped at the bottom of the endless abyss.
Cool. I'll spend however much time sitting in a chair, making notes in my own journal.
Is there anything specific the rest of you would like to do in the library before Aktha and Tomotaro rejoin? Yes.
I would like to take this opportunity to go sit down next to Bridget.
Okay.
So,
What?
did you get my piece of paper? Did you open it?
You handed it to me. Of course I got it.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you read it.
I did indeed read it.
Okay. What do you think?
Look, we have more important things to do. I appreciate an invitation, but am I going to take it? Probably not.
That's fair. In other news, a lot's happened. I'm all saying this in a whisper to keep the volume down. I might need your help with some similar things. Right now is not the time, as you said, but when you have a free minute, I may need a bit of a checkup.
I'm not a doctor.
Well, you can see souls and things. Do you remember when, I don't know, you looked at me?
Sure.
Well, when you did, I was honestly relieved that you didn't find anything. Some stuff has been going on recently that has led me to believe that I may or may not have somewhat of a passenger. If you get what I mean.
No.
Cool. All the more reason for me to stay alive. That, and I have a new little bit of face paint. I don't know if you can... Has she acknowledged at all that I look like a halfling now?
No, but she can't tell that it's you.
She's got... She can see. I've got a new little bit of, I don't know if you can call it a tattoo, bit of face paint or something, but I didn't acquire this through physical means. And I am not quite sure myself what it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna go somewhere private and take a look.
Right now, we're waiting for people.
Yeah, we're waiting for people. I mean, trip to the girls' room would be quick. Girls go to the bathroom together all the time.
We can do this later, okay?
Okay. How have you been doing personally, though?
Not
You're
good.
okay? Okay. You want to get coffee later?
With you? No.
No. What about with the whole group?
Harsh.
Even less so.
Even less? God, Bridget, I thought we were friends.
What? Just because we're friends means I have to go and do shit with you?
To, but sometimes you want to.
But I don't.
All right. Woman values her personal time. I get it. Can't say I'm not a little bit offended.
Okay.
You should see Girls' Night, Bridget. We shake the world.
That doesn't sound very pleasant.
It's not sometimes. In fact, before I handed you that invitation, me and Octa vowed never to do it again. But for you,
Maybe I should be
Accept
doing
it
the
to be
world a
married.
service by not accepting that.
you know what? This is why I like hanging out with you. You're wiser than the total of us sometimes.
All right.
So I don't know if you know what a milkshake is, and I'm gonna
I'm not-
continue talking like that
He does
until
not-
Tomo and Octa.
She stops answering you.
Okay.
But any other last minute
Sweet
things to
Daisy's
find
trying to use her Riz.
Nelson's just pouting. This library's way nicer.
there? Okay.
The guard is big chilling in the garden.
All right.
Is he like posing?
If there's like if there's a lawn chair, he's definitely doing like the full dad, just like on the verge of passing out.
In your bell bottoms and arm
Or very
arm-
uncomfortable
crystallized arms.
Guard. As you're like laying borderline sleeping in the garden, you can tell that there are a few like people who pass by talking in the garden who like pass you by like, oh, sorry, and hurry.
Every time someone's sorry, it says sorry, he just will put up a simulator like, he's okay.
He's such a mood.
Let's
Oh
go,
my
guard.
god. I would like to say I'm keeping an eye on Nolson since he did make that one really concerning comment when we entered the city.
Assassins.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Octa and Tomotaru.
Yeah.
The two of you finish up your outing at the market. With nothing else to do you head to the palace?
Yeah, could I? Yeah, just like have picked up some more books of making supplies.
Okay.
And then I got Prankster Sweet Daisy. I got what did I get? Cass. Tomo would get. I can't think of anything right now. I don't know what Cass needs besides a hug, but
Get him a weighted blanket.
I was gonna say maybe like a
Honestly.
blanket. Like a
Yeah.
good, a
Give him a
good,
weighted blanket.
a good blanket. It's gotta be like extra long because he's really tall.
Yeah.
It's
the one
really
in the
heavy.
ship isn't long enough for him.
Okay.
His feet hang over the end of the bed.
You, the two of you make your way over to the palace after finishing your purchases. And as you begin ascending the staircase up to the front door, the guard kind of steps up to you and says, "Are you the ambassadors from the duchy? I was told to be expecting some more."
Yeah, and did they tell you about the owl? It's probably again like flying
They
back
did.
after making a
I didn't
delivery.
realize it was that big, though.
Yeah, don't worry, he's big a close up.
Yeah, all right. But yes, we are expecting you, so welcome. Moves over and opens up the door. Motions for you to step inside.
I think the only thing I'm bringing with is the pumpkin for Daisy.
I will bring. Well, I have a bag, so all the stuff's in it. But I will dole out to Octa's probably like 6 pouches of the 32.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna pass. Yeah. What's 32 minus 6?
26.
6. Okay.
When the two of you enter into the palace, those of you in the library with Bridget just goes, "They're here. Come on." She steps off the chair, starts gathering everybody. She goes into the garden and finds you, Utgard. "They're here. Come on."
He probably like did does. I was like, oh, okay, I'll be there in a second.
And Bridget goes and meets the two of you, Octha and Tomo, in the main entry hall. Like, "There you are. Just to catch you up. Now that you are here, I told the others to be expecting you. Let's go have an official meeting in the war room. I will be leaving you all there right now. Come on, let's go."
All right. Wait. First, here you go, Daisy. I figured we can carve you a new mask. We can't hear
You're
you
muted.
at all.
Oh no, my microphone.
Oh, there you are. There you are.
Octa, you got me a new pumpkin?
Yeah, we've been through a lot, and you haven't had your pumpkin for a while, so I thought, we can carve this one up and then preserve it so it stays fresh for longer.
This one was the most mouse-shaped of them all.
Wait, you wore a pumpkin?
I'm shocked at that too.
Octa, I don't know what to say. This is so kind.
You can just say thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
If you do-
can't see it, but I'm a little misty under this.
I'll just give
If
you
you-
a hug.
If you do mess up, there are several others waiting on the ship.
Yeah, we got a few others. Though, I was planning to use those for decoration as like a surprise for the group Tomo. But, yeah.
I have said nothing.
I won't.
Cass isn't even listening, so I don't think he heard. He is currently going over the notes that he made.
Also, if an eccentric old woman shows up on the ship, do not be alarmed. She has things to sell.
Her name is
I'm
Miss
just
Pepper
going to
Bottom.
nod and agree.
Miss Pepper Bottom?
Yeah, Daisy,
You
you
know-
love her.
Do old people just randomly appear on the ship? Is that a common occurrence?
Weirdly, yeah.
No.
It does kind of happen.
Not necessarily in a good way. Sometimes.
There was Tarathiel, there was Whisper.
Tarathiel
There's
isn't
Calvin.
an old woman.
Calvin.
Calvin isn't an old woman either.
Well, he said old
Declan.
people. Declan.
I-
Utgard.
Utgard,
I
yeah.
mean,
Add it
I'm
to
right
the
here.
list.
You don't have to say my name. You can just point at me and say you.
Technically, me and Cass are also quite old. If we talk.
I mean, Utgard could be older than us.
This is
I mean,
true.
I am older than you if you don't count your past lives, at least.
Yes. Yeah. There's that.
All right, we should probably go meet
Alright, let's
everyone.
Now it is to
She
go
turns
to the
around.
war room.
And as Bridget begins leading you through the winding halls of the palace, that's where we're going to take a short break.
Woo.
Yay!
Come and let me tell you about a world by the name of Eldevown, a land wrought by turmoil, conflict, and magic. Long ago, when the world first came into existence, there was Jormungandr, the world serpent, and his children. They lived peaceful lives, existing in the light of their world and taking the days as they came. But from a land beyond the stars, they arrived. 9 entities of unimaginable power who had called themselves gods. Upon their entrance unto the world, they declared war against the world serpent, creating children of their own to combat against the forces of the ocean. They fought as soldiers, devoted entirely to their creators, and fought back the denizens of the abyss to claim the lands for themselves. And among those children of the gods, one stood taller above all else as a paragon of power and virtue. The champion of the gods, they called him. Tarathiel. A mage of unbelievable power and repute, his force on the battlefield was like that of an angel of death. On the brink of Jormungandr's defeat, however, something changed. Tarathiel was corrupted. He had turned his blade on the gods and forsook their gifts. For his treason, Tarathiel was killed and sent to be tortured in the icy abyss of the ninth layer of hell for all eternity, his position placed by others. Perhaps none other of the champion's replacements stood quite as tall as 4 warriors, whom had all ascended to the position simultaneously. They were given the name the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and donned the titles of what they had wrought on the field of battle. Led by the horsemen, the gods were victorious. They defeated Jormungandr and sealed him in the depths of the ocean forever, claiming Eldeveln for themselves. And in the post-war world, the children of the gods flourished. Thousands of years later, the gods are all but distant ideas to the minds of their children, subjects of worship and figures to be admired. Though thrumming in the depths of society's underbelly, discourse stirred. It was noticed first by our intrepid band of adventurers, who met at the turning of fate in the city of Pretoria, city of Ogma and home to the university. They uncovered a plot by one of the students, Terran. He meant to overthrow the Artoran, the board who owned and operated the school, and lay claim to the secret knowledge held there within. Terran, however, was not simply another Hellbred. After regaining his memory through oracular magic and a vision of the future, Terran had become again that of his old soul, the original champion of the gods, Tarathiel. Now fully understanding the reason for his return, Tarathiel was quick to start again his past charge, to oppose the gods in their tyrannical rule over the people of Eldeveln. All the while, the Church of Ogma moved in earnest, sending a detachment to the northern snowy environs of the duchy to hopefully find and resurrect the long-dormant horsemen of the apocalypse. Fate would then find our heroes in the crossroads of the world when they made their way to the north, at the behest of one amongst their rank, a warrior named Redwood. He was tasked years ago by his adoptive father, Duncan, to slay a Remoraz he failed to kill years prior named One Tooth, a vicious beast that was smarter, faster, and stronger than others of her kind. Upon returning to Duncan with her head, the plan to assimilate the powers of his city's founders, the 4 horsemen and champions of the gods, was put into motion. At this time, the Order Ogma arrived too, attempting to co-opt the horsemen's resurrection and ultimately succeeding. The horsemen were returned, but Duncan's attempt to take them for himself failed. With the 4 horsemen now returned to the flesh, Tarathiel made his first move against the gods. He took the horsemen aside and engaged all 4 in combat, ending in him taking the life of the first, Famine, before the remaining 3 disappeared. Duncan, whom was nearly mortally injured after the horsemen returned, would not die empty-handed. And so, he made a deal with a succubus of the abyss. He turned into a demon prince, unleashing a portal to the endless realm of demons, which forced our heroes to escape, leaving to warn the Duke of Avamar. Meanwhile, the horsemen, now reduced to 3, returned to the Order Ogma, where the church would make their next move. Declaring themselves the Holy Ogman Empire, the horsemen and the Order fought back against the Kingdom of Valen, bolstered by the horsemen's strength. With a war waged by the children of Ogma in the south, and demons in the abyss threatening the order of the natural world in the north, Eldeveln is poised at the edge, ripe for our group of heroes to step into the spotlight and pull the world from the brink of destruction. If they can.
So let's get it back into it, shall we? So, picking up from the break, Bridget leads you further inside the palace You all make your way into these different rooms. They seem to be onboard barracks. Nilsson, it looks very similar to the barracks that were back at the airship dock. But this is more opulent, maybe, a bit finer. The guards in here seem to live better than the guards over by the airship dock, but they are here. And as you move your way back to the back of the barracks, you can see there is a door that is slightly ajar, and you can see there's some conversation coming from the inside of it. But as Bridget opens the door and leads you all inside, you can see it is a very isolated and closed-off war room. You can see on the table there is a map of Eldeveln, of the world, both continents, and you can see specifically everybody is hovering around the map of the kingdom. There are a bunch of different flags placed in it. There are different colors, different kind of statues to, denote forces and whatnot. As the door closes behind you, you all gain kind of like a closer look at everybody around it. Immediately, you can see one of the loudest people talking is indeed Bodvar, the massive warrior that you had met during the Oath of the Sixth. There is another lady. She seems to be wearing a very nice mage's garb, holding a staff. She is the one kind of currently engaging in argument with Bodvar. You remember her name as Stivala. She is the mage from Ilona. You can see Nilsson, you're very happy to see that Nerith Lokori is here. But instead of holding on to his cane, you can see he has his prosthetics in and is wearing his armor and has his great sword on his back. He's just kind of standing aside, looking at the argument, taking hold, and then sitting in the chair, the only one sitting in a chair, a nice throne looking setup, seems to be a royal of some sort. He is human. Nilsson, you immediately recognize him as the king, King Alian the 13th.
God, okay, well, Nilsson will straighten up as soon as he sees the king. Get into noble mode.
The 13th?
Yes, King Alian the 13th. He seems younger than really any of you were expecting. He doesn't seem much older than his mid-20s. He has long, curly, blonde hair that reaches about mid-neck, very clean-shaven, piercing blue eyes, wearing a crown on his brow. He's wearing a very nice set of yellow and red clothing, kind of like a shoulder cape that covers his dominant hand. And he is standing, listening to the argument currently taking place. And next to him, you can see there seems to be an advisor of sorts. He's wearing a nice kind of three-piece suit, short black salt and pepper hair. And as you all step in, Bodvar and Stivala's argument kind of like stop as they look over and see you all enter in. And Bridget says, "All right, these are my compatriots, shall we?"
Wait, do we bow?
You bow. There's king.
Cass bowed.
I'll bow. Fair-Dune will bow
You see the
over
king
me.
looks over at each of you and goes, "Well, it's very nice to meet all of your acquaintances. My name is King Alian the 13th. Right, since you have joined us now, we may begin proper. If you would, Kithka." And you see the advisor next to him steps forward and says, "Hello. My name is Kithgar. I am the chief advisor for the military. And I will go ahead and brief you on the current situation of the war and what His Majesty wishes to conduct first. So, the Holy Ogman Empire, as they have began to call themselves, is currently operating off an autocratic theology. Meaning, the Pontifex, now calling himself the Archduke Bishop, holds absolute power over the territories he has taken control of. Beneath him is the elite guard, war, pestilence, and death, 3 of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. And they are champions of the gods themselves, formidable foes, to say the least. However, they are just 3 individuals. 3 soldiers. So, the main body of the Empire's forces is the Order Ogma, a branch of the Ogman Church dedicated to training battle clerics and paladins for combat. They act as the primary militant force, which are garrisoned within each of the cities. They hold power. The Order Ogma is overseen by the Lord Commander Strethus. He holds absolute power over the Order, and the Order answers to no authority except for Strethus, and in turn Strethus answers to nobody but the Pontifex, or the Archduke himself. So, our first idea is to neutralize the Lord Commander. If we are to take out the Lord Commander by any means, that would deal a crippling blow to the Order and, by extension, the main forces of the Empire. And in the chaos of attempting to find more oversight over the Order, we may be able to take some more ground that we had lost in the initial hours of the war. Is this all making sense so far?
I have a question, Kyle.
DM question or in character?
Out of character.
Okay.
In the old war, had any maneuver like that, I'd imagine maneuvers like that had been tried. If maneuvers like that were to be completed, could Cass assume that that the 4 horsemen would begin their 1-by-1 march?
You remember that the horsemen never really took to the battlefield until it was a major affair. So they were really reserved for the major battles and altercations and war-turning instances, if that makes sense.
So would something like this bring them out?
You would assume if it took long enough, it would probably, yes.
Okay, and did it seem from what he said and just calling the 3 horsemen just soldiers that they haven't encountered them yet and they have no idea what they're dealing with?
You know that they're not understating the horsemen's power. Currently, they're thinking of smaller stuff that wouldn't draw their attention.
Okay, cool.
Like little secret mission, like.
Okay.
So I do also have a question in character. So you said we're trying to take over the cities? Are we expecting much field combat?
We'll get to that. But currently, that is His Majesty's and all of ours first priority. Neutralize the Lord Commander, send them into disarray, take back some ground.
Okay, and
I imagine you would want a small party to go into this then. Not to draw
I'm
attention.
not finished explaining.
Well, okay, wait, and then it was...
Oh, well, it seemed like you would.
For the order, it's Archduke Bishop, the Horseman, the Lord Commander?
In not so many words, yes.
Okay.
Thanks to our friend, Lord Neris Loquori, we have a location where the Lord Commander is, and this is where the problems start forming. Right now, he is on an island off the coast of the more southern tip of Valefell. Bleak Spire is what it is called. It is the main headquarters of the Order Atma. This is where soldiers are trained, this is where the Lord Commander is, and this is where more high-profile enemies of the church are held in detainment. But the island is heavily guarded. And from
Bless you.
everyone else's suggestions, it seems that we cannot simply agree on what to do. You can see at that, Bodvar just kind of steps up and goes, "It is simple. I have many warriors who are ready to fight for me and also die for me. We launch a full-scale assault, hit fast, hit hard, take out the Lord Commander, put his head on a spike, call it a day. That's all we need to do." And Stavala, who is the mage, kind of pipes up and says, "Launching such a full-scale assault is costly and will probably draw the ire of more stronger forces than we can deal with. I suggest that perhaps we take some strong mages. Perhaps we can tackle this more like a siege, taking some siege engines, some siege mages, just keep their occupation, fire from a safe distance, and once they're all used up, shall we say, we step in, we capture the Lord Commander, because he may be worth more alive than dead, you're saying.
Well,
you have to see."
The only problem with a siege, though, is that gives them more time to send messages out. Sieges might be more cost efficient, but not time-wise. You have to think of time as another kind of resource here.
But the large-scale assault could also bring out, as she was saying,
Right.
worse foes. So we have to think about this carefully. Maybe a
Yes.
nice, even middle
You can
ground.
see Maris is nodding and says, "Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly.
Could I
If
offer
we
a
drag this out too prolonged, it would give the Lord Commander enough time to escape and to draw more forces that we could probably possibly deal with."
Could I offer
My
a
suggestion. Looks over you, Octa.
Go ahead. My bad. Sorry.
My suggestion, perhaps we need not massive armies or something so overt as a siege. Perhaps we can take in a small group of capable fighters, get them in on the island. Perhaps maybe you said there's like a jail cell. Maybe we can fabricate some way for them to be arrested by the order and taken into custody at the Spire. And once that's done, for you all to sneak in through the back lines, take out the Lord Commander, do what you do and escape. Bodvar kind of says, "No matter how strong these tiny little squadrons are, there is always the possibility of they going belly up, and then they would have to deal with more soldiers than they would have to, and then they would die, and then we would be out of that, and then the Lord Commander would escape, and then we would have to do this all over again."
So, my fourth suggestion actually became the third. I mean, we have to have a way to get in, even outside of a prison cell, right? Like, if we just had, like, I don't want to say operatives, but, like, operatives go in and
We know
infiltrate.
Do we know what the recruitment process is? Maybe they could pretend to join.
It
Do have a very good possible in.
All heads turn slowly.
Who are we staring at? I don't know.
Well,
All of us are staring at
well,
them.
technically.
Yeah.
Yeah, there could be an inn. I have a connection with one of the leaderships of a taken town, Lailshai.
You can see Neris just nod his head.
Now, of course, it wouldn't be for very long, but then we can also put in a countermeasure. If we take too long or lose contact, then we send in one of your forces.
Agency Botvar just says, "Tell me where to go and who to kill."
I will
Like
say,
one.
I will
If
say,
this plan goes belly up, we can at least have people on the outskirts that could stop the Lord Commander from getting too far.
I will say as well, if this plan does go belly up, we should probably keep you as far from that issue as possible, Norson. Because if things go wrong, if it looks like you don't have any connection to it, then it's something that could be used again in the future.
I am going to be honest with you. I'm not the best speaker, so I don't know.
Do you need a compatriot to come with you?
I would hope one of you would come with me in this situation.
Oh,
I would hope you would all come with me, actually. That's what I assumed.
Right, I'm pretty good at speaking. I
I
think.
would think it would be safest for each and every one of you if you stuck together.
May I,
Oh my god, we are the horsemen. For the good side.
may I add some insight to this? I do believe a small group should infiltrate. A lot of damage can be done by even a single individual. We just need to have the right time. Timing is everything, and
Speaking of damage, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Agency Civil kind of steps forward and says, "If this is the plan that we are going with, I have another suggestion. Only should be used after you are off the island. But if Bleakspire is indeed the seat of the Order Agma, we would deal it a more massive blow if perhaps we destroyed it. That way it couldn't be used again, at least for a while."
Is there any civilians?
Well then, that leads to the question. Two questions. One, how would we get out? And two, perhaps we could get some of those high-profile prisoners out as well.
Civilians, no.
Okay. Well,
High-profile prisoners under the Order Agma would likely avail us quite a lot here, at least. If they are enemies of the Church, then they are certainly allies of ours.
Okay.
Do you know of anyone specifically who is imprisoned?
I am not native to here, so no, I would not.
do you have, by chance, access to teleportation magic?
Perhaps a
could.
teleportation ring.
A-
Something that we could do while inside to get us
I
out
could-
to a specific
I could
location.
develop some things,
Oh.
perhaps like a wand or a rod of teleportation that would maybe single use, teleport you back here to the capital.
Well, my
Alright.
theory, I suppose, or idea was that should we get inside and gain access to individuals, that would be beneficial. If we had something that your mages could individually seek out, I'm not quite sure how teleportation works, but if they needed something to locate a spot, they could teleport to us, take them away.
Well, if I can make the teleportation cover a greater distance, perhaps we wouldn't need multiple teleportations, just one. Get all of you and the rest of the prisoners out. You would need to have the prisoners with you at the moment of usage of the teleportation.
That's probably going to involve either grabbing keys or other methods of getting them out of cells, if they are cells.
So in theory that... Oh, sorry, you finished.
So we need to plan what... This is more of a fortification keep. we don't know much about this island. About how many could this hold, both in terms of forces and prisoners?
Prisoners. I'm quite unsure myself. And you can see she turns over to Neris, and Neris kind of nods and says, in terms of prisoners, Spire is reserved only for the most high profile of enemies of the church, so they don't need that high of capacity. Maybe 10, 15 prisoners at most. Meanwhile, the keep itself, maybe a few dozen, 100 at most.
Okay. Then another thing is, if we were to find these prisoners, we might be able to get them into combat ability for those that aren't too injured. Perhaps we should bring some spare weapons.
I will also say I don't know who all we're bringing in with us, but if it's a wand of teleportation, I'm not quite sure any of us can use it. Oh, wait. Wand, it's just use magic device. Scroll, you have to have it on your list.
I will be able to...
No, scrollers also use magic device.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. I could use it.
I will be able to make the device operable by anybody. We don't have to worry about that.
Okay, and
That fixes that problem.
And as for blowing it up, you can see she kind of reaches into her bag and pulls out almost like wax paper with a bunch of different the same sigils drawn on each of them. There may be about like 5 inches by 5 inches. She kind of like spreads them out. She goes, if you put this on a flat surface and press into it, the sigil will be marked onto whatever surface you have put it on. And if any of you have a way to alert me or another one of my mages, we can go ahead and remotely detonate it.
I can
spread things around more.
Wait, Daisy, do you have sending?
Well, I can also name the wind.
I recently learned after our
Wait.
I learned on the way over. I didn't like not being able to communicate with you all during the last siege we were a part of.
I will say, I can actually take out some of the supports without worrying about explosives. I didn't even think about that. I can take out 7 supports from the inside.
Well,
So keep that for the cells.
Well, it's good to have both, just in case one fails and we have a backup.
Mm-hmm.
It's also, when we place these, let's try and put them in areas that aren't easily seen, so that people can't just run by and destroy them.
Very quick question. Do they have to be solid, or could you put them on let's say, flesh?
I would... Yes, you can, but I would not recommend it.
No, I know. I'm not going to put it on me. No, that's crazy. I'm saying we put it on someone's body, push them in a room go blue.
Wait,
Once one goes off, all will go off.
Okay.
Well, we can save it for the last
The whole
one.
island is going to be destroyed, if I heard that right.
I have a weird suggestion.
Do we know what it's made out of? Did we ask that yet?
If we don't want to take out the was it the Lord Commander? What was it, the Archduke or
Lord
Commander? We want to
take it was Lord Commander.
Lord Commander.
We could, if we want to capture him, put it on him.
No, that would blow him up.
But
no.
Well, that's if he doesn't come with us.
And if we want him dead
so-
anyways.
What I'm saying is all sigils will blow up simultaneously. So
Yeah.
I can't stop from blowing up one.
Even the ones that haven't been placed already?
The ones that are placed, that have not been placed, won't blow up, but the ones that are placed will.
So we
I mean,
blow
I-
up the structure. We put another sigil on him. This is what the sigils did. Do what we say, or else you go.
I like it.
I do want to ask. We are two questions, I suppose. One, the goal is to neutralize the commander, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Neutralize in any way possible.
All
Gotta
right.
kill Martinez.
And then
That means killing or taking into custody, it doesn't matter.
I suppose if we're able to take him into custody, we should. If we can't, get rid of him.
Second, what is the, I suppose, island layout, and how is the facility itself constructed?
I can go ahead and answer that. There's steps forward. The Bleak Spire is rather old construction. It's been a while. It's been around for a while. So it is simple stone construction. To my knowledge, which is fairly accurate, it has not been redesigned in quite some time. Yeah. Since the start of the war, I don't think anything would have been redesigned, so it seems close to crumbling already. As for the layout, I can go ahead and draft up a bit of a map after we're done here, so you can fully see what you're working with.
We are going. Sorry.
The king leans forward and says, this is all well and good, plan has been made, but is there any idea of how we are going to get you all onto the island? Are you going to be new recruits, or are you going to be prisoners?
Ideally,
I think our faces are too well known unless Sweet Daisy was to do her little thing, but they might see through magic.
They don't know me.
They don't
I
know
mean-
you. So you and Nolson might be able to take us in as prisoners. That would
Yeah,
get us straight to the cells.
And Utgard, you can be my personal honor guard or something. I don't know.
if
Mm.
we
Look the part.
go at night,
do.
we could bypass all
Yeah.
of that. Speed is the operative in
I
this.
th-
We need to be fast.
I think they would spot us if we tried to sneak in.
I think that we need to be careful more than be fast. We can.
Or Bleak Spire, sneaking in is probably not an option. It is
No.
one of the most heavily defensible structures in the Order.
Utgard,
Probably the most heavily.
Yes, I
if you're going to be an honor guard, you might want to give me your symbol of Shantea.
Oh yes.
They're-
Like
They're an Ogma sort of place.
I'll give it to you.
They're
later.
Ogma.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Nolson,
Yes.
a good play would be to tell them that we were the ones who kidnapped you.
That is a really good play.
Is it knowledge that you are not a fan of the Church of Agma, or is it not common?
I didn't play
Knowledge.
I didn't play politics with religion. I liked Ilmater. Our family worshipped Ilmater. Guess not anymore.
The weather, like around the area.
Alright.
We could go in when it was stormy. Maybe it would help cover up sounds.
Yeah, that could help when we have to break off and do the sneaking aspects of it.
If it is a sea island, that would also disguise any ships that might be in the distance, should we take too long.
Staval says, I will cast some divinations to see if there's any storm that would be overtaking the island in the near future that we could possibly utilize to our advantage.
Now we need to think about when, if or when they find out that we are around. How are we gonna conduct ourselves then?
I mean, I can put some of your gear in a bag of holding.
We have a bag of holding as well.
Double bag of holding.
Don't put a
We can
bag of
both
holding
be
in
cute.
another
Just
bag
don't
of
put a
holding.
bag of holding inside a bag of holding.
I'm not stupid. Jeez.
Some people
I like
are.
to think they have that on like every inside word and a bag of holding.
When you buy
Do
it,
not
you have
place
to
a bag
sign
of holding
this.
inside
in
of
the
the bag.
tag.
Like for ages 5 and up. Actually, be much
5
higher
and
than
up.
It'd be so much
It would
higher.
probably be
Kids-
like
Kids
You
would be
would-
going
you'd
missing
probably
and
have
they'd
to
be
be an
found
adult.
dead.
You'd have to be
You'd
old.
probably have to be an adult
Like
because they'd be
16.
worried like
Yeah, 16.
ID
16.
please.
You need
You
an
get
ID for that.
ID'd.
You have to be older
You'll
to
be
get a
the-
bag of holding than you do a beer.
Well,
Yeah.
One just makes you throw up. One makes you kill a man.
Yeah. Or like
Utgard-
a lot of men.
Utgard and I could hold on to bags of holding to have your gear in it. Well, we get it, then we give you your gear.
As long as they don't search us. They might.
Why
Well,
would they
even
be?
if they do, it
If
could,
we
you could
have
just
weapons.
say, even if they do search you, you could just say, "Oh, we confiscated these from the people
Yeah, exactly.
when we took them."
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
Utgard,
And they might take them from us and be like, oh, here, we will put it with the other confiscated gear.
Then we'll have to deal with that when
But-
it comes.
you are free agents at this point. That you want. I
Just
mean,
tell
Nolson.
them that it's
you are.
yours.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand my bag of holding over to not Nolson. To
Yeah, Utgard. Yeah.
Utgard just now.
I'm gonna put my bag of cheese in the bag of holding because my bag is not a bag of holding.
I'm
I
just gonna
might-
put the rapier in there as well because Cass has no fucking use for it. It's for show.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of, I
Should
do need
we-
to talk to you in a bit, Nolson.
Yes.
After,
Alright.
We
after we leave.
Should the case that we get going in get shackled up, I do not know how everybody is with getting out of those,
Not good.
I'm bad.
Not great.
Yeah.
because it is very likely that that will happen.
I'm good at not getting caught, but when I'm caught, I'm kind of caught, right?
Is
I'm
there any
bad
way
at
we
Earl.
could?
Perhaps in that case, I can go ahead and offer out some trick manacles. Stuff that looks like the real
Ah.
deal, but is able to be escaped rather easily.
Good idea.
That works.
While this whole conversation is happening, I'm just gonna put a comforting hand on Cass's forearm.
Well, hopefully we just won't end up inside. So, we'll look at Sweet Daisy.
I am not the best at stealth, as you may guess, looking at me. So, if need be, I can, for maybe cause distraction. I can hold my own in a fight, and if it comes to it, then I will not sacrifice myself. I have stuff I need to do, but I will provide the best distraction that I can, and then I would need to somehow get out. But
Yes.
I can
Well,
draw them to me.
I,
Tomo and I can do recon. We're both.
I'm willing to place the sigils.
Oh.
Did she give the sigils to us like now, or are they still
Sigils
like?
are on the table, on the map.
Okay. Utgard's gonna
We
pick them
should
up
also-
and put them in the bag of holding.
When
many
we
are
get
there?
into the cells room, the room with the cells. Answer that
If I
question.
have them, I
first,
could
how
hide
many
them in
there
my book.
Kyle, how many sigils are there?
There are 15 in total.
15. Oh, jeez,
Damn.
Louise, okay.
When we get into the cell room, are we just going to depending on how many enemies are there, we might just want to rush them and take them out as fast as we can.
That's what I
And
was
then go
thinking.
about.
Is we take you to the prisons, and then when there's only like 1 or 2 guards, I can walk up to them and be like, "Hey, we need some help!" Blah! And then we free you, and then we go from there.
I should also mention that shackles don't do much to me when it comes to combat, so
I mean, from
I
my
should still
understanding,
be able to help.
there's actually something we could do as well that it's not as not top priority. You have a bounty on your head, right?
We do with the church.
We could
Yeah, we
collect
do.
on it.
Oh shit! Yeah, it is worth like a couple
It's $1
million.
million, right? It's $1 million gold. That's good for the kingdom.
Then another thing too that I have to think about, Fairdoon. He has gills, and I can make him teleport to me from 700 feet away.
Could you make him tiny?
I could not make him tiny.
He was tiny
Have him
once.
in the waters.
He was, and he just keeps growing. You know what they say? They grow right before your eyes. Well, it's happening really quickly with him. Then the other thing I was gonna mention is, if the entire place is made of wood, I could set it ablaze.
Stone.
Stone.
Oh,
Stone.
I thought you said wood as well.
No, stone.
Oh,
Simple stone.
my bad. My bad.
Well, that's good news for me.
It is an island on the sea. Wood would not last very long.
Right. Yeah, I think I misunderstood. You brought up wood being bad, and I thought, oh, it is wood.
Daisy, do you work with stone a lot?
Quite a bit.
She's a master statue maker.
Oh, I did not know this.
Right, well, it seems
God,
like
please,
plan-
no.
Do
That just
we-
reminded me of a statue that we have somewhere.
Do we know?
Look at Octha.
Do we know of any
Yeah.
anti-magical measures they may have access to?
Oh, yes.
I can answer that as well. The Order Ogma place magic, especially magic granted to them by their god Ogma, as being some of the highest form of worship. So, there isn't much in the way of anti-magic, if that makes sense. So,
With
I
the...
would assume don't worry much about it.
Do you know if the standard soldiers might have some sort of magical sigil on them that we could track with a detect magic?
Soldiers themselves, I'm quite unsure. They may be carrying with them some magic does, but nothing so ubiquitous as for each of them to have them.
Well, we can at least try that. We can keep an eye out for magic items.
Since it seems a plan is being formulated, I know quite many ports that would lead to Bleakspot Port. I can look on the map and try to find the closest one or the most convenient one and inform that to you when you're ready to set off.
We still,
Alright.
and then when we head over, will Utgard looks at Bodvar and the mage lady. Is like, will you both be there, waiting for call for help?
Just tell us when things go belly up and we will attack.
Sounds good.
And then he looks at Sweet Daisy and is like, you will send them if we need help?
Quicker than a lamb's tail.
Okay.
How quick is a lamb's tail?
Very quick.
Very quick.
Have you ever seen one get belly scratches?
I have actually gotten slapped by one before.
Oh.
Yeah, me too.
It moves very fast.
Would everybody? I don't know if this would benefit anybody, but I would maybe feel more keen on success if we could just move faster during an endeavor. It's a lot of sigils to place and not a lot of time to do it.
If each of us
Yes,
places
we also
2, there leaves 3 left.
need to try and not be too,
Overt.
yes, and brazen, I suppose, like our last raw into a large concentrated keep. And like make eye contact with Sweet Daisy and Octha, because they're the only two that were there. Specifically Sweet Daisy.
I remember.
Let's try not to run straight into a horde of tiny dancing flesh monsters this time.
Oh, Sweet Daisy is the one who did that? From what you
we
told
don't have to talk about that. I thought you were just meaning we should split up again.
Yes, no, that's either,
fine.
but that is also a big thing we should not do.
Okay.
You see a group of
I
soldiers,
was-
please run away from them, not
I
towards
was
them.
overly
Look.
confident. I couldn't see very well.
If-
I thought the dance moves were warranted. Little song mouse. It's fine. No, just what we take away from this is I will make an effort to not split up.
I do
this
have
time.
one more
Listen.
question, but this is more for Utgard and Nolson.
Ask away.
Would it be possible that you can maybe get us, like, their garb or their armor while we're in the cell so that we can blend in once we're out?
That
Maybe.
is doable. Yeah.
I mean, Daisy also. Could just
Oh,
do
right,
that.
yeah, no, you have the veil. Could we all
Yeah,
just
you-
show up and be like, hey, yeah, we're back from shift?
I mean, maybe.
Well, they might be
Yeah.
able to see through
That would
magic.
be
Oh, right, they might be able to see
They might be able to see
It's
through
risky.
magic.
After all, each guard is heavily documented with names and positions,
Yeah.
so if 6 random guards just came out of nowhere, that would arouse suspicion.
Yeah.
Well,
We don't have
we
that
could
information.
keep coming, like, you know, one at a time, like a few hours in between or
So-
something.
The only thing we have
That's
to add to
Splitting
to-
up is probably not a good idea.
the only thing we have to add to cover, if I was in theory, if our story of I was kidnapped by you,
No, the story is we kidnapped them. You and me kidnapped them, and we're bringing them.
yeah,
to the...
no, I'm
Well-
saying you rescued me and we, because I was kidnapped in this
But
situation.
Oh, yeah,
kidnapped
okay.
by us four.
then we
Utgard
turned it out,
saved
turned it-
you, and now you guys are turning us in.
Yes, but now here's the thing: why are we going there, and why am I not just going back to my home city?
Well,
Who's
maybe.
the closest place?
Ah, that's
Yeah,
smart. That's
yeah.
good. I like
I mean, hell, you can even tell them that we kidnapped you in Rogdania. Like, we kidnapped you and
We
then
were
took
housing
to
you in
Rhodania.
Rodania.
Yeah. Or Carolport.
I do want to
But-
stress you're putting a lot of stress on the social skills of someone who just did inform us that they are
Well,
not
it could
great
be,
at.
It could be on Utgard.
You know what? Actually, just say, when they ask you, where were you, say, I don't know. They kept a sack on my head.
Great idea.
That's true.
Going
Actually,
Play the
To make
way-
floundering. scared
Going
one.
back quickly to what you say, Tomo, is focused on speed. I know that I personally am not fast. I do not move fast. I am old.
You are
if
not
it comes down to
that old.
sprinting, I will fall behind.
Actually,
I think Tomo just meant we like move fast when we're in there.
My point still stands. I do not move fast. And I am very loud when I move. The crystals scrape together a lot.
maybe you can watch the door while we, you know, keep lookout for us.
Or we could get you some sort of enhancement. This city's full of magic folk, I assume.
Yeah,
It
like
is
a
Probably a
City.
shop.
like a
They-
blue
somewhere.
pill or something.
The only way that I move faster than running is
Right.
my boots, and he motions down to him.
I could cast-
I can teleport a few times a day with them.
I could
I need to have line of sight.
what I
That
could
is
Utgard,
very
I could give you an old tap and then you would start running faster. I have magic is what I'm saying. I could cast magic on you to make you faster.
Why did you just say that?
I don't know. In politics.
Okay, wait.
And-
I do have one more thing then too. It is easier to lie if there's truth behind the lie. So if you're going
Put
to
a
say,
sack over my head.
yeah, we'll keep a sack over your head until we get to the port, and then once we start on the ship, maybe once we're getting to the island, then we take the sack off your head. That way you really don't know where you are.
Yes,
And- Well, can we get those trick manacles as well? I mean,
The trick manacles.
Also, is the location of this island a secret to most people? How would Nolson have found out about this?
It's not much of a secret. The contents of the island are a secret, but the island itself, no, it's not.
So, hypothetically, Nolson has us, wants to collect a bounty. How would he have found out about the military presence and Ogma being there on the island?
It's no secret. I don't know. Most people know of the island's existence and that there's a heavy presence there.
Oh, okay.
Just
It-
not
I
that the
assumed
Lord
that was the
commanded.
secret.
In theory, would Nolson have known about this island beforehand? I already
Okay.
know. I already know about this, Daisy.
Oh. Never mind. I thought I had a trail. I did not.
Wait, quick question for Kyle.
Yes.
Is this one of the islands that's like right to the right of Freyad Sea?
Oh, I
Or
need to
is it,
relook at the
like
map.
next
Yes,
to?
it is
Send
to
me
the
a-
right of where the Valen Peninsula is.
Like
So like in that inner sea area.
Okay. Okay.
Oh god, there's so much chat to go through to get to everything.
Okay, I
Yeah.
got the map.
Oh, do we have it pinned?
Yeah, it's pinned. It's the first thing pinned.
Thank God.
I have to just load it.
So it's next to the Serenite Isles, like where that text.
Around that area.
Yeah. Okay. So we probably would be leaving from Quailport. Carolport.
Or a port near.
Mm-hmm.
Like a non-city port.
Yeah. Shit.
Right.
Well, I think we
Since
got.
we have a plan manifested, is there anything else you want to add to it? Any other requests?
Has there been any update on the Tall One's location?
The tall ones?
Tall one?
Last time we were in touch with Bridget, we were informed, someone went
Demetrius, you
AWOL.
mean?
Yes. That one.
Demetrius around here, he's not in the war room though.
Oh, okay.
He's over by the guest domiciles.
Gotcha.
Which, speaking of which, and you can see the king kind of like stands up at that. He goes, if you all wish to stay within the city for a few days before this operation and prepare and rest, you are more than welcome to. I can open up some guest domiciles to you so you may rest without having to pay for any inns or whatever, if that's...
We actually
is
do
good
have
for
a
you?
traveling home as well.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Yeah, thank
Whatever
you.
befits you best.
Also, wait. Speaking of domiciles, we did just have to make Nolson a citizen of here.
Yeah, I
We should
apparently
probably-
have like a tiny room here. and
That's
I don't
not
know
the
where.
problem part of it. We need to make sure that that doesn't get leaked so that they don't know
Good point.
that Nolson is working with you.
It's a very
Right.
good point.
Turns over to Kithgar. Make sure the information does not get out. Kithgar nods. You have it on my honor that such information will not be released to the public.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Of course. Of course.
Can I sense motive? Also, everyone in this room.
Yeah, does anybody feel sketchy? Other than
I
the-
just-
If Demetrius was in here, hell yeah. Fuck that guy.
To me, we
I
want to
will
be able to
try.
read Demetrius if he
I
was
know.
in here.
You're right. You're absolutely right. But
That's
still,
fucked.
fuck that guy.
I rolled
Character,
real
guys,
bad, so
do we want to do this at night?
that's what I was
or, like-
thinking.
Yeah.
We come in at night.
Because
4, you said?
do we want to try to get like
24.
for night vision for people who don't have it?
I have a spell that gives me
Oh.
low light.
Dark
I think
vision.
I think the only people that don't are Nolson
Well, low
and
light
Uthgard.
and dark light are different.
I don't, have, it.
Oh, and Daisy.
I have a spell that does it, so I can prepare it multiple times to give multiple.
You have any
low
light stick sun rods left?
I think I used the last one. No, I have one left. I have
Well, my
one.
thought is, right, because if we can give ourselves dark vision, the more we can work in darkness, the chances of the enemy or that they have dark vision, pretty not great because
mostly
races.
human.
so like
Also,
Cast the sense motive. Nobody seems outwardly suspicious. Bodvar, he wears his heart on his
Bodvar.
sleeve. He's Bodvar. He doesn't seem suspicious. Stavala, she seems very prim and proper. She doesn't seem outwardly suspicious. After all, you have just recently met a few suspicious mages. She does not seem the like. There's Slowcory, you know him.
It's him.
It's Nares. You don't have to worry about him. The king, he seems young, but he's very. It seemed just because he's young, but it seems like he's been doing this for a while. He seems comfortable in the position as regent, and same with Kithgar. He's a bit sight older than the king, but it does seem like he's been doing the advising bit for a while, and then Bridget is Bridget.
Okay.
I did forget to mention this though. Fedun might have actually picked up one of Tomo's traits as well. Now he can also be harder to spot in shadow.
I am honored.
Well,
Oh yeah, Tomo. I'm gonna ask that later.
was there any consensus? Would you like some on-pasto size, or would you like to stick with your own?
I personally will want to stay with the ship.
Yeah, I feel like we've been, been missing quite a few family dinners. Staying at home could do us some good. Little time to relax, recuperate.
That sounds wonderful. I'm staying here?
Oh,
That's fine.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
When should we expect to be ready?
We shouldn't delay very much, so I would say at most you can take 3 days if you need it.
And how long would it take to get the ship ready is more what I'm asking.
The ship, it shouldn't take us more than a few days. We can be expedient if you're ready soon.
I mean, I think
I'm
tomorrow.
gonna look to the others. Are we ready now? We could just
I would like
whenever
to
they are.
I would like to see about getting some potions.
I would like to stock up on some arrows.
let's.
Yes,
let's
I imagine
take
we'd
a
have at
day.
least a few hours.
Take a day or two.
Let's-
Cruise around.
let's
get
leave
some
tomorrow.
information.
Tomorrow? I agree. That's fine with me.
I do think we could benefit from just a little time to relax.
We
I-
haven't really had any.
I agree with Tomo. Maybe day after tomorrow.
I want to get this done. I don't want a day after tomorrow.
I'm fine with day after tomorrow.
I'm fine with whatever. As long as
Fine.
we get it done.
What about you, Cass?
I say day after tomorrow is probably a good idea. We don't want to go in
All
there
right.
as we currently are.
That's fine.
The king turns over to Neris and says, "Alright, at the port, be ready day after tomorrow. Yes? You assume it can be done?" Neris nods and says, "It can, Your Majesty." Good. I will be off to my own chambers. If you have any other need from me, you can go ahead and send from any of the sides, and I shall be with you shortly.
Alright. Sounds good.
He takes in all of you, nods, and begins making his way out.
It's-
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Majesty. As soon as he leaves the room, I'm going to go hug Neris.
Yeah. Hey there, kiddo.
It's good to see you.
Seeing you safe.
Yeah, didn't know yet they had a sending stone with you. That would have been nice to know.
Yeah. As for the rest of you, it is good to see you in person.
It's good seeing
I've
you
never
again,
met you
Neris.
before. It is nice to meet
I
you.
haven't met you either. Nice to meet you. My name's Neris Lilquari.
I am Utgard Shieldwall, and then we'll shake his hand.
I ship it.
He
They banging?
he
Little
instinctively
kissing.
goes to shake with his offhand because his right hand is the prosthetic one. And it's just
Utgard will go in with
easy.
his right and then be like, "Oh, okay," and then shift to his left.
I was actually kind of wondering, Neris. How's my tree in your front lawn doing?
It's doing well. Last I saw it, at least.
And how are you doing?
I'm okay.
That's good.
I'm used to
I'm used to this kind of thing. I wish I wasn't. But... Damn.
Well, we'll try to make it quick. Get you back to your retired life.
He can never
Well, I
stay
don't
down
think
too
I'll-
long.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be retired at this point. How do you all doing?
Bad.
Terribly, before anyone
bad.
answers.
Yep,
Bad.
really bad.
All things considered, I'm pretty good.
I am constantly crushed by guilt.
Daenerys, did you know that the people that were like this group, one of them was my brother?
Your brother was Redwood?
No.
The other one.
Thalmir.
No. Oh, that makes more sense.
I'm
didn't
glad you.
actually.
I'm glad
It's,
you didn't know.
It was a while since I've seen your brother.
Yeah.
As far as I knew, he was dead.
As far as I knew, he was dead as well. Well, he is again.
For sure.
No.
I'm sorry for your loss.
It's alright. I know how to direct my anger now. Instead of just a mage's bullshit lies from my father.
I kind of, on the note of Thalmir Nolson, I do have this for you. I'll pull out Thalmir's symbol of Ilmater.
He always carried this.
I think he'd want you to have it more than me.
He would, he's going to put it on.
Cry. Cry.
Let it out, girl.
Go piss,
Thank
girl.
you. Go piss. I'm gonna miss him. Even more.
We all will.
Me too. Well, it's I've said it before, but I'll say it again. It really is nice seeing you in person. All of you. You too, Guard. It's always
It is nice to meet you. From what I've heard, you are very helpful, and you are a nice man.
I do what I can.
He's actually the reason that we're alive. He kind of saved us from the church.
Ah.
Oh,
Then I owe you more than my. I owe you more. You're my
He's the-
eternal thanks for keeping.
He's the
up.
reason. He is the reason I can shoot a bow. After all, I would like to think.
You trained him very well.
Who did I give the keen greatsword to? No, I said I would gave it to Redwood.
Yeah.
Could I have given it to Nelson at this point? And Nelson has it on him.
I'm pretty sure everything that went to Redwood went to Nolson.
Yeah, no, because I think
Because we wouldn't have known what
boy-
to do with it.
Yeah.
our boy over here uses a greatsword. He's going to take off the greatsword, and he's like, this was Edmund's Neris. I think he would have wanted you to have it. He always liked a good greatsword.
Really? I don't think he would have.
He probably wouldn't have. He's dead. But I want you to have it.
In that case, I'd be honored to have it.
I don't. Everything that's happened the last 4 days. I was so excited. Now I'm not as excited. Now I'm just angry.
You're
I was
right to
getting
be
close.
angry. Just make sure that anger doesn't consume you.
I'll try.
I know firsthand what it's like to be consumed by anger. If Judd wasn't around to keep me grounded, I don't think I'd be alive today. I have them to thank for, along
looks at it.
It is a nice greatsword. My brother did have taste.
That he did.
And he kind of sets it aside and kind of sits down in one of the chairs towards the corner of the room. You can see he starts undoing kind of like the latches around his prosthetic leg. He kind of takes it off and sets it aside and starts massaging the stump.
Oh, and also, I think we might have stolen this from you, but if we could keep it, that'd be great. I'm gonna pull out the book of cheeses.
Oh,
What is that? Let me see.
No, don't worry about it. Never mind. I'll put it back.
What is it?
It's just a
Margaret,
book
did
of
you
cheese.
steal a book from this man?
I don't think so. I think it was like with. I think we were told we could.
Did you find it in my place?
I'm pretty sure that's where we got it.
I don't remember any book of cheese.
Didn't Thelmir ask to keep it?
I think so.
Yeah.
did it?
Yeah. Thelmir asked to keep that.
Did he? Yeah, maybe my memory's going. I don't remember reading any book of cheese, but yeah, sure, you can keep it.
All right.
Neris, do you
sounds
understand
good.
their obsession with cheese? Because I still don't get it. I've been around them way way too long.
I'm gonna head to the airship before I get offended. I'll see you guys next night.
Oh, I'll come with you mainly because I want to stop and grab potions and other
Well,
useful
if
knickknacks.
If you're stopping by the market, I'll go with you.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I didn't mean everybody should leave. But
I was just thinking of excusing myself to stop by the market. Good excuse as any.
I do need to get arrows.
I did want to look at more things. Maybe we could also go through our inventory and sell some.
Yeah, don't let me hold you up.
I'm so sorry,
I'll just
Neris.
be
I did
sitting
not
around
mean
here.
everybody to just leave like that.
No, it's fine. Most of the time I sit with my thoughts anyway, so go.
There is.
Market, go.
I'll come by for dinner.
Can I hug you
Tomo,
goodbye?
when you say that you should look through we should look through our inventory, Cass does a mental inventory, like there's nothing really that and then he like stops and he goes, I have the perfect place to keep the Lord Commander. And he pulls out the iron flask.
Oh my god. You do. You really do. Holy
Oh my
shit.
god.
Actually he doesn't pull out the iron flask, but there's like
He's
a
mentally-
grin. There's a grin that matches Sweet Daisy on his face.
Hold on,
he
can
walks
it be
out.
like you do like a little head tilt and you do like a total Slender Man, just like
Yeah.
face-splitting grin?
Oh.
Sweet Daisy, you're probably the only one that's seen this grin before.
We should.
I'm gonna hug Neris before I leave.
Yeah. He gives it back. It's like the now that he's sitting and kind of massaging his amputated leg. It's kind of like the grandfather hug where like he only hooks one arm around you and just kind of pats you on the back. But yeah, he does return it.
And then I'm gonna sprint back to the ship. While everybody else is
Before-
shopping.
Before I forget, everybody take some of this. Don't eat it. I'm gonna pass out some belladonna
Oh.
to the other party
I
members.
think, wait, wouldn't we recognize this as Wolfsbane?
Wolfsbane
so.
Belladonna.
We saw Dacton use this in the past.
No,
It was
only
just me that saw
just
it.
Only
Octa.
Oh.
I feel like I might have done some research though after that event.
You do know what it is, Cass. You just haven't seen it be used.
Why are you giving?
okay.
Why are you giving?
So I'm gonna
Wolfsbane?
give 5 to everyone who I haven't given out any. So, Cameron, Cam, Mayor, Spence, 5 pouches of belladonna / Wolfsbane. To Will, as they're just like handing out these pouches like a drug dealer, which they're not. Don't do drugs, kids. They'll be like,
It's a literal
should-
poison.
this is a poison. Please do not eat it. Please do not ingest it. If you come across some feral animals, then you should maybe throw it at their face, get them to eat it. Do whatever you can.
Oh, Okay.
When we walk out, I'm gonna pull Nolson and Utgard to and just briefly say, we have in the past run into some lycanthropes, so it is best to just be prepared.
All right. Does this happen often in your party?
Somewhat. And I'm just gonna keep walking.
What's a full moon?
Yeah.
Would Utgard have any pre-existing feelings about lycanthropes as given his past?
You would have baseline knowledge of it, but you wouldn't have any personal experience with lycanthropes.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to go off of the Octha feel for it, we need to help in any way that we can. At least make them comfortable.
But as you all leave, Neris is still in the room. He is now the only one in there, just kind of sitting alone, looking at the map.
I feel bad. Jacob, feel bad, because I was just like, I gotta go, and everybody was like, I also have to go.
I'm coming back to eat dinner with him because I'm staying in the palace.
I will say, as we exit, I'm just gonna clock Bridget on the shoulder and say, do you want to meet us back at the ship for dinner after you're done taking care of business? It's not a hangout. It's not a hangout. A Dipolo. She said we would deal with that later. Okay. What's 12 plus 20? Oh, wait, is it still a 12?
12 plus what?
No, it's plus 17 now.
So 29.
Yeah.
She looks at you. We'll see. And then she walks away.
That's a Bridget yes. That's a Bridget yes.
That's a Bridget yes. Okay, cool.
But as each of you exit the war room, now with a plan to take down the Lord Commander, set in stone, and with a few days of preparation ahead of you, that's where I'm going to end today's session.
Wait, Kyle,
Very good,
Kyle, wait,
Kyle.
hold on, Kyle. Could I just do one thing? Because it's not going to be story relevant, and I don't want to take too much time up next
What
section.
are you doing?
Before everybody gets back to the ship, I had Fair Dune deliver the decorations. So I'm gonna decorate the entire ship, and I'm gonna set up a little pumpkin carving section for the other 4 pumpkins.
Sure.
Maybe I should make hot pot tonight.